Padres back in action after the off day, taking on the Colorado Rockies.
Padres in their City Connect, pink and mint. The Rockies in their purple tops with the gray pants. A home run for Brendan Rodgers, his 8th of the year. And the Rockies lead it 1-0, 1 for 7 in the first 2 games of the series. And the 0-1 pitch hit in the air to deep left field. This one gonna go into the second deck in left field. Pitch on the way to the left-hand hitter. McMahon skies one to right field pretty deep. Fernando backing up, checking where he is. At the wall, leaping up, gonna go. Moonshot to right for McMahon. Gonna be a 2-run double for Jordan Beck. Ezekiel Tovar leads off. First pitch swinging, hits one to deep left field and gone. 2-0 hit in the air to deep left field. He will watch. It's gonna go. This is a 3-run home run for Hunter Goodman. His first hit of the year. Rockies have won 6 in a row. They beat the Padres tonight 6-3. A nightmare 8th inning for the Padres as the Rockies put up 6. The Rockies have come to town and taken game 1 of this series by a final of 5-2. And the Rockies hold on for a 5-4 win. A game-winning sac fly for Ryan McMahon. Final score here tonight, the Rockies 7 and the Padres 2. RBI single, Charlie Blackmon. Second deck. A home run for Charlie Blackmon. Charlie Blackmon again continues to terrorize the Padres, a 2-run homer.
This is more than just 3 games in April. This is our World Series. Paulie understood the assignment this morning. Welcome in, Ben and Woods.
No chance.
97.3 The Fan.
No chance the Padres don't take the Rockies seriously now.
Whew, man.
Oh, man.
As I said, Paulie understood the assignment. This is, and I hope the fellas understand the assignment. Colorado Rockies coming in town today, and I'm not going to issue them a warm welcome to San Diego. Come in here, drop 3, and get the hell out of here. All right, that's what I want. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we're just having a little fun this morning. We're trying to do the old reverse jinx. But yeah, World Series Game 1 tonight, Petco Park. Looking forward to that very, very much. Welcome in on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. It is roast day. Benny and I going over some of our material for tonight. Sounds good. I'm going to tell you right now. Sounds good. We'll see how the crowd is out there tonight, but I'm getting really excited about it. So I hope you guys didn't get too mad about that open today. Should we play the regular open just so we get the good vibes?
It's long. We've already started the show.
Well, give me something like maybe the old open, anything. Just I feel like
Do the show, bitch.
no, not that. Some music or something. No, all right. I just feel like I was raw dogged that whole open.
It was your idea.
It was my idea.
It was your idea.
Paulie really crushed it.
You got to sit with it now.
Yeah,
You know.
I guess I'll sit in it.
You
It's
sit
like
and you stew with it, like all of the tier 1s are sitting and stewing. I had no idea how long. How long was that?
Oh,
that
that
was like
90 seconds.
2 minutes almost. Yeah, 90 seconds of Rockies versus Padres agonizing highlights.
but it
Tell you
wasn't,
this,
it wasn't hard to find.
It
Yeah,
doesn't take that long.
doesn't take that long. Those pesky Rockies. Yeah, just I feel like I pooped my pants and I have to sit in it now for 15 more minutes. Everybody, let's introduce the show. I'm Woodsy. That is Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
It's like I'm looking at the comments. Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, he don't shoot the messenger. Shoot me if you want to get somebody. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. How are you, Benjamin?
I'm good. I actually appreciate your sense of humor
Thank
there.
you.
And
Thank
I
you.
do think it's important, obviously, that the Padres take this series very seriously.
Yeah, 100%. They absolutely have to. They have to. As I mentioned before, it is roast day today. We're going to be roasting my father-in-law tonight.
Do we
And-
get to eat roast as well? Are they going like leaning into that? Will they be serving
I don't
a
know that
roast?
you serve roast at a roast. I think that's a little campy.
Yeah.
But I promise you this. It's going to be really good food and drink.
Ah.
That I promise you. It's top shelf, my friend. My mother-in-law.
75th birthday.
Yeah, dude, it's a
celebration.
big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one. I love my father-in-law a lot, man. He's a really kind guy, and I'm I'm a little bit nervous. I am in roast, but I'm in roast mode at home, which is a problem. My wife said to me last night, busy day, like massively busy day for both of us. I didn't get home to my house. I left my house at 4, didn't get home till like 4:30. We went and grabbed some sushi early, and we got home, and she looked at me, and she's like doing all this stuff, and she looked at her watch. She goes, I don't know, like I feel like I want to lay down. I go, yeah, it's about that time. Because she's been known to drop a nap. And she looked at me and she goes, what's your problem? I was like, I'm in roast mode. What do you want from me? Like, I'm trying to get in character.
How do your
right now.
kids feel about that? Are you allowed to roast 7 and 4-year-olds or?
Oh, am I ever, dude? I mean, so we have one of our dear friends, Corey Stewart, his daughter will watch our children from a couple days a week. She'll pick them up from school. And she's amazing, just incredible at what she does. The kids love her. Taylor lately, though, has turned into an absolute, I hope he's not listening. He probably is. He's a sweet angel. He's a demon, straight up. And he does it. The worst part about it, he does it all with a smile. Driving in the car yesterday, they went to see a movie. They went to see Minecraft, and they are driving home from the movie. Taylor is unbuckling Bo's seatbelt. He's just a little nuisance. Like and Bo's like, stop unbuckling my seatbelt. He leans over. He's pinching him. He's spat on him. Like
Taylor roasts me all the time.
Taylor roasts you all
got that,
the time.
He's got that, whatever it is.
But you guys hate each other. These are brothers.
Yeah, these are brothers. So bro, I'm telling you, Riley walks in. She's like, Taylor is in big trouble. He got in so much trouble. So much trouble.
Don't worry. Hannah says they're not listening because they're watching Coming to America.
Oh. To be loved. To be loved. They're not listening. That's great. That's 6:00 in the morning. Coming to America. So
whatever happened to Sesame Street?
Right, Bluey, right? God, that's good,
Do
though.
kids not have Barney anymore?
I like that they're raised on good comedy. That's a really good comedy. Eddie Murphy, 100%. I was sure. I've turned out fine. But it was so bad. Today, they were, because Hannah's got some stuff to do. I've got the roast thing. Today, they were going to go to Belmont Park, the three of them. He was so bad that we are making him go to school today. He's got to go to school, and he missed out on laser tag and roller coasters and cotton candy and the whole bit. Now,
you monsters.
we agonized. Paulie agonized over it. But Riley was like, I'll see you tomorrow, Bo. And like walked out the door. And I was like, sorry, bro. You lost your privileges. Trying to teach him about consequences and all that. And he's bummed. I mean, he was really.
This will leave him an impression, I'm sure.
I think it will. And it's like, that's the hardest part of parenting is like actually trying to mete out punishment, that is going to work and isn't unnecessarily cruel. But like after two pretty bad days with her this week, buddy, I'm sorry. You got to treat everybody with respect, but especially Riley. Riley does a lot for you.
It's good parenting.
It's
good
hard,
parenting.
Dude. It's so
good parenting is hard parenting.
It really is.
Usually you're making life harder for yourself.
That's
and you're
right.
trying to enforce consequences.
It's exactly right. And so he missed out on a really fun day. He would have gotten to miss school, go to Belmont Park with his brother, play laser tag, ride the rides, all that. Sorry, pal. You got to learn. You got to learn now. The consequences. What do I say all the time? Actions have consequence. No, consequences have actions.
You do say
right.
that. Yeah.
There it is. Nailed
Incorrectly.
Nailed it. So that's all I got. I am. I'm ready to get this series going. I'm ready to get this roast over. And I did tell you guys, if the Padres find a way to sweep this series, I will let you crack egg on my face. You can smash an egg on my face on Monday.
2 out of 3?
No, sweep.
Sweep.
Yeah, sweep.
It's expensive nowadays.
I don't know.
How about a potato?
Yeah.
You guys can crack a potato on my forehead. Yeah. Just slam it.
You got your tux ready for tonight?
I do.
I'm picking mine up from the Taylor after the show.
Picked mine up yesterday. I got to tell you, man, I'm gonna like the way I look. I guarantee it. From old Men's Warehouse,
Old George Zimmer.
Got me dialed in. It's sharp. I will look actually like San Diego's concierge when you see me in my tuxedo. I think that will really play up to the new moniker that I've been given, San Diego's concierge. We have different looking tuxes. We'll make sure to post pictures on social media tonight. It's going to be good. I'm excited. And now putting it on a tux is not, they made me go try it on, which I didn't want to do. I was like, I trust you guys. But they're like, no, you got to try it on in case there's any last minute adjustments. Right. There weren't.
Are you bow tie or are you
bow tie?
Bow tie.
Bow tie.
Bow tie too. You tie it yourself or is it one of those pre-tied clip-ons?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah,
I've got one of each, but I have no idea how to tie the actual bow tie.
No chance. I have always thought the look where the bow tie hangs loose is a pretty cool look.
At the end of the night, yeah.
Yeah. You've just picked some dame up.
Frank Sinatra
style. You're both sharing a Marlboro and a glass of whiskey, and you've just picked her up, and you're about to head back to your place, and the bow tie is kind of hanging down. I think
Hard night of crooning.
Yeah. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks really, really cool. Carl, I'm not the self-proclaimed concierge, my friend. That nickname was given to me by Corey Stewart. He said San Diego's concierge. I didn't ask for this role, but I got it. I get it. I get it every time, every single day. I get some question asking me to be a concierge. Our buddy, Brian Sims, who I'm not putting him on blast, but I love Brian Sims.
This is just a typical.
This is a typical day in the life of Woods.
That Woods gets on, gets texted or social media requests, and I don't get them, but you seem to get them all the time.
Just so you guys don't think that I'm joking with you. So here's one I got Wednesday. Can I bother you for a question? I got mom and dad tickets in the Premier Club, section PCJ. Here's the row and seats.
Cool.
For the Cubs day game, but I don't know what bar they can go into that comes with that. Do you know? And I said, honestly, I have no idea. Isn't it just called like the Premier Club bar or like the Lexus bar? But I said, I honestly don't know. I've never gotten tickets in there.
Well, isn't that one with the big glass doors and windows?
I think so.
Right off the main concourse?
sometimes you get access to other places in the ballpark, but you're not like a ticket agent for the San Diego Padres who has all those details at your fingertips.
No, but see, Brian gets a pass. Brian's come in, he's shot photos for us. He's shot photos. Yeah. Literally, he's the best.
Yeah.
But I get those questions a lot. I got another one last night. You want to hear this one?
Sure.
This is a great one. Guy that used to work here, and I don't know what he does now. I think he's in the baseball card industry. I got a text last night that said, "Hey, Woodsy, I'm interviewing Jackson Merrill in a few weeks. Any tips on how to prep?" And which that kind of makes sense. I'm in media, like I've interviewed him before, but I wrote him back. I go,
think of some questions.
I said, dude, I've never prepped for an interview in my entire life. I said, you're actually in good shape because Jackson's a really easy, fun conversation. So don't sweat it. He goes, "Oh, okay. Thanks, bro." Like, what do you want me to say? Like, you want me to write your question?
I don't know. Am I missing some deeper? Have I been doing it wrong all this other time? When we have someone coming on the show,
should we be preparing questions?
Well, I sometimes think of a couple of questions I want to ask of the person I'm about to interview. Beyond that,
I don't know.
I mean, you should know who you're interviewing, but Jackson Merrill, it's fairly obvious who Jackson Merrill is. He's the center fielder for the San Diego Padres. We all know who Jackson Merrill is. You're not.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill.
Your job interviewing Jackson to this point is not to, hey, audience, meet Jackson Merrill, and
he is the center fielder for the San Diego Padres.
We know that. Yeah. So you're trying to get some sort of new information from Jackson, hopefully that is interesting to whatever audience you're trying to serve.
But again, you're asking the wrong guy. I prepare nothing ever. Like, I'm amazed I have notes for tonight's roast. Megan, Paulie's wife in the chat says, "Man, I feel bad for asking you to marry us." That's the hard part about being a concierge. There's many things that I am honored and proud to do, and then there's many things I want nothing to do with. How do you discern which one? I introduced Paulie and Megan. I would have been offended had you asked anybody else to marry you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it is my lot in life.
KG says, "Can you mail me an apostrophe from the team store?"
Cannot.
You got that request? That was a period, actually.
Period.
But you got that request at some point.
I'm not going to do
a very concierge-y request.
John A says, "Why such negativity to start the morning? Our boys have got this, and it's payday Friday." John, have you ever heard of the concept of reverse psychology? I want these guys terrified tonight to play the Colorado Rockies. I want them to come out and put their foot on their throats and squeeze. I want them to just squeeze these guys. I want them to impose their will on the Colorado Rockies.
Big reverse psychology.
That's the only way I get through life. It's literally the only way I get through my day is reverse psychologying myself the whole day, setting myself up for disappointment and hoping for the best.
You realize that you have no impact on the Padres and the Rockies.
Zero, and neither does that show open.
And neither does the show open. Now, how the Padres approach this game is, could be somewhat important. But I agree that you shouldn't necessarily worry about the Padres. They will take these games quite seriously.
Sure.
I have no doubt. Under Mike Schilt, we have seen a kind of a 180-degree change in the San Diego Padres.
Yes.
Doesn't mean they're going to win the games necessarily. It's baseball. Weird things happen. But they will approach these games as they do every game. This is one game. We need to do everything we can to win the games. I'm not sure there's a manager in baseball who's more of a every game is game 7 of the World Series. Maybe not in terms of pitcher availability. Mike Schilt still thinks about
you have to.
the consequences for the next day, because you have to. But otherwise, it's like, he takes every move in every game incredibly seriously. He doesn't all of a sudden think, let's try this, just on a whim.
Yeah,
he has a plan. He sticks with his plan, and he does what he thinks gives his team the best chance to win every single night.
Yeah, I don't think the guys went out and got hammered last night because it's the lowly Rockies coming to town. I know they're going to take it seriously. As past history has indicated, and we've talked about it a lot this week. We talked about it on the roundtable yesterday. That these, for whatever reason, Tony Gwynn Jr. was talking about, man, just for whatever reason, every team has that team. You got to reverse that curse, man. And because they are not a good baseball team. They're not. And we are. And we have to act like it at home in front of our home crowd. You got to lay the wood to these guys, man. So that's all I'm saying, my friends. That's it.
We will, of course, talk about the upcoming homestand for the San Diego Padres. We will set the menu for the rest of the program.
It's a busy one.
It is a Friar Friday. So it is a busy Friar Friday as we have multiple guests, all of whom will be speaking on your favorite baseball team, the San Diego Padres, this morning. So hopefully we'll make it a good one. It's Ben and Woods. Still some fog out there in parts of San Diego, so be careful if you're driving into work early in the morning. We want to make sure all the Tier 1s make it to the weekend and back to Monday morning safely. Kelly will check all of your traffic here in just a moment with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I'm going to tell you about Prize Picks. Get going this weekend with Prize Picks. How about if you're watching the golf from Augusta, you can put together Prize Picks lineups with all of your favorite golfers, whether it's more or less on their total score or birdies on the front 9. You can combine golfers together. You can combine golfers with baseball players and do a golf / San Diego baseball Prize Picks lineup. It's just you against the numbers. You're setting lineups between 2 and 6 players, and you can win up to 1,000 times your cash by running your game with Prize Picks. It's fun. It's easy. I've been doing it for about a year, really enjoying it. You can play as often or as little as you want. I sometimes play once or twice a week. Some people play 3 or 4 lineups a day. It's all up to you. Just make sure that when you sign up, you download the app and use the code KWFN to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code KWFN to get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Run your game with Prize Picks. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for details.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
All right, no game to talk about last night, but we're still going to fill our morning with Padres baseball on a Friar Friday. Welcome back, Tier 1. It's Ben Woods with you.
We're jam-packed.
We are
with
jam-packed this morning.
Padres baseball.
Let's start. Paulie, if you can get the sounder ready. Want to remind everyone that we have another pair of tickets to give away at some point this morning for the Aloha shirt giveaway on Monday against the Chicago Cubs, presented by Motorola. First 40,000 Padres fans in attendance. You've seen Don and Mud modeling this.
And me.
Oh, once or twice. Yeah, and Woods, but once or twice over the last week. When you hear the sounder for some island time.
Oh, yeah, the Padres won. If you're seeing this wrong, your team got smoked. Yeah, yeah. That's right. The Padres won. Oh, yeah, the Padres won.
What that cost us? Like $30?
We didn't pay for that.
Oh, we didn't?
Somebody else.
Donated
to us?
the
Cameo.
Oh, it
show.
was a cameo.
Cameo for us. So we've got the Island Boys are going to, next time you hear that, could be any time between now and the end of the show. Paulie's got full discretion on when he plays that.
Yep.
You'll be the fifth caller at 833-288-0973. Fifth caller at 833-288-0973 to win the Padres tickets to Monday's game. You can get your tickets by going to padres.com/tickets. All right, as for our show, we have actually a triple guest Friar Friday coming up at 7:35 this morning. Our friend Clark Fahrenthold from Mad Friars is going to be with us. Padres have had a couple of their top prospect pitchers make their minor league baseball debuts this past week, including one last night in Boston Bateman, who threw for the first time.
Big boy.
Clark's going to give us an update on the Padres in the minor leagues. Coming up at 8:35, our official Friar Friday management report guest this week is Josh Stein, Padres assistant general manager. Talk about getting that Jackson Merrill contract extension done and He can also speak on some of the guys coming up for the San Diego Padres. But I think as the analysis of that deal is coming out, the Padres front office is coming off looking really, really good.
Yeah.
Ranked by most baseball experts as a very team-friendly deal, getting Jackson Merrill locked up for the next essentially decade, including this year now with the 9-year contract extension. And people are celebrating the Padres front office for being really smart and forward-thinking on this one.
Yeah, I love the foresight by the San Diego Padres and getting this kid locked down. I mean, obviously he's on the IL right now. We miss him terribly, and not watching him play is pretty excruciating because you just get used to it. But yeah, you hope he's okay, gets through this thing no problem, and no looking back for Jackson Merrill, Benny. But yeah, Steiner's great, man. He knows all the ins and outs of what's going on. Always fun to talk to him too about what it's like working for AJ. Like, you think I rule with an iron fist, right? Imagine that guy. At least I'm not texting you at like 2 a.m.
I don't get the sense that AJ rules with an iron fist. Do you? I get the sense that AJ
is unorthodox.
No.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean.
All right.
It's a bad phrase to mean you're always on call.
Well,
I think
I
he
get
keeps odd hours.
I get
you
the
don't mean
sense
it as
that
I don't mean like I'm the
insults
boss.
or- yeah.
No.
I think if you worked for AJ, you feel a very internal sense of pressure to try to keep up with AJ Preller.
Yeah.
Knowing how constantly he's always working. And I would imagine if it was me, if I'm all of a sudden just taking one night a week, like, hey, I think I'm just going to take an early night tonight and, have dinner with the family and, turn my cell phone off for a few hours. I feel guilty pretty quickly knowing AJ's not doing that.
You know what's funny?
He's still working, scouting somewhere on a plane somewhere, going to the minor league somewhere.
You would be better suited working for AJ Preller than I would. And I believe that because I would absolutely be like, sorry, dude. There's no way I'm missing Little League tonight. You know what I mean? There's no chance. No chance.
I think AJ would tell you, of course, go watch your kid play Little League. I think he's a human being. Pretty sure, actually. But in his own life, he's just all baseball.
Yeah, which I love.
I think I would imagine if I worked for him,
I love that for us.
It would feel awkward to have a life of your own when he doesn't have one.
I think that's the point too. Of like you start to feel guilty, like this guy's working 19 to 20 hours a day. Like
I hope he understands that most people can't do that, and shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
but he can, and I think the Padres are better off for it. Thanks to AJ's dedication. But we'll talk to Josh Stein in our management report on a Friday coming up at 8:35. And, of course, Friday is our new in-season Sammy slot. So we will chat with Sam Levitt as he gets ready for the 6-game homestand. Padres taking on the Rockies and the Chicago Cubs coming into Petco Park. Padres with the 10-3 record, still best record in all of baseball as we head into the 3rd week of the Major League Baseball season. Rest of the show means regular features like Don't Do This, Take on Woods on a Friday, and our Reindl Report. And then we'll get you out at 10 o'clock, and we will get to our weekend and our roast tonight.
We might have a new bit, too, that came through via text last night that really, really tickled me pink from Paulie Reindl. Paulie Reindl, the catalyst for potentially a new, little mini segment on Ben and Woods that really, really made me happy.
But we'll start out just when we come back, some overall look ahead to the weekend, the series, pitching matchups, preview. It says here on my notes, the mighty Colorado Rockies in town for the weekend.
It's a big game.
And it is a big game, and we'll talk about some of the matchups.
The S. We got to finish the
S. They
S.
started some S. We got to finish the S.
We will get into that. Maybe a little Masters talk as well at some point, since it is day 2 at Augusta National Golf Club. So we'll get to all of that coming up with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First of all, if you want to get something done before the weekend to get it off your plate, maybe you've been trying to ignore it, maybe you just don't want to think about it, but trustandwill.com's got you covered very easily. You can get your estate documents in order no matter how old you are. I don't know, even if you're in your 40s like us, you really should have a will or a trust to set your wishes down just in case something does happen to you.
We're roasting my father-in-law tonight, and my whole mission is to stay in the will after we're done, right?
Yeah.
And but no, listen. In all seriousness, it's something that everybody needs to do. Put it off for a long, long time. Trust and will makes it so easy. Make sure you check out the trust. Stay out of probate court. Don't want a lengthy, expensive process. After you've passed away, you don't want to put your family through that. So make sure you check that out as well. Go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out, FAN, FAN. Again, trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN. You'll get 20% off and free shipping of your estate documents. So very simple to do. Ben and I did it. You guys can do it too. Just get it. Knock it off your plate. Call it a day by going to trustandwill.com. Use that code FAN for 20% off.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Pat Boyle just with some shade at Justin Rose doesn't think he's going to be able to hold on to the lead at Augusta National.
No, he was talking about Rory, wasn't he?
No, he was talking about Justin Rose.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thinks Scotty Scheffler will chase him down. I will say, at the Masters, Justin Rose is the only one of the top 10 who has teed off this morning. Birdied the second hole. His lead is up to 4 shots.
Wow.
He is 8 under par. No one else in the tournament is better than 4 under par.
Jeez.
But there's still a long way to go.
We're
early Friday. I mean, I saw a stat. Only 26 golfers in major history have ever had at least a 3-shot lead after the first round, as Justin Rose did at 7 under yesterday. 11 of them have gone on to win. So it's still
15 haven't.
It's still more likely you don't win. And think about it. Even if you're 3 up, there's 3 rounds left. All you have to do is beat him by 1 every day if you're Scotty Scheffler or Ludwig Oberg or Corey Connors, who are tied for second, and you can catch him. He has 1 bad day. He can fall immediately down, but he's off to a good start today after what was an interesting first round yesterday.
Conditions supposed to get a little nastier today.
A little windier.
Oh, my God.
In the afternoon.
Oh, my God. Throwing wind out there on that track is insane. You guys are playing golf today.
We're playing golf. Paulie and I are going to be playing with our friends Foster and Jason Finley from Callaway.
You guys aren't going to stick Finley with Foster in the cart, are you?
Oh, we've been having lots of discussion about this.
Internal
we don't
discussion.
Know what to do. I mean, it would make sense for Ben and I to ride together.
It would.
We're buddies.
You guys are buddies.
Everyone's buddies. I would have no problem riding with Foster or Jason Finley.
I think it'd be funny to put Ben with Foster.
Maybe I'll walk and just get Foster his own cart. I do like walking.
Man, why are you walking, boy? Come on in with old Foster.
It's actually a possibility. You got the cart, so you hop on.
That guy.
I like to walk.
I understand it, but
it's good exercise.
Don't be that guy where everyone else is riding and you're like, I'm gonna walk.
You're gonna make us try to make us feel bad.
Yeah,
I'm trying to make anybody feel bad.
Go ahead, fatties. I'll be walking.
Is that really what you think when I walk? That I'm trying to make you feel bad for driving?
A little bit. I think you're cheap. Number one. The number one thing I think is he's going to pay for a cart. That's number one.
That's not true. It's usually included in the green fees at most places.
Not
now.
necessarily,
extra,
buddy. Actually, no.
I think at a place like La Costa, it's included. So
I don't think so.
Because
just ride. Don't be different.
I play better when I walk.
Be the same.
Fit
in.
I play better when I walk.
You're
Plus, you get the benefit of the steps. Get in your steps, as Caitlin says. You're like 14,000 steps in when you walk a golf course. 18
I
holes.
still get a lot of steps in when I ride.
It's like cart path only.
Yeah.
On like half the
holes. You get some steps in. But, carrying the bag and walking a course is a good workout.
It really is. I mean, there's no doubt. It's a long track, though.
And I do take the time as I'm walking from one shot to the next. And I always keep up. I never fall behind the cart riders when I walk. And it allows me to get into the frame of mind for the next shot. I'm kind of thinking about it. When you just kind of pull up. And
you're thinking ahead always.
Think ahead.
We just had this conversation.
I know.
Why don't you be in the moment with your friends in the cart? That's what I'm telling you.
Think Justin Rose is in the moment right now, or you think he thinks ahead for each shot as he's going?
He's also playing in the Masters and leading.
I like to think of my golf as a serious endeavor.
I do too.
When I'm out there.
When I play, I try to take it seriously.
You know what's fun about golf? Shooting well.
Yeah,
it's not that fun when you shoot 94. I want to break 80, and I got to think about it if I'm going to do that.
I hear you.
It wasn't that fun for Rory McIlroy on the back nine yesterday. Rory, who's going for the career Grand Slam, still the elusive green jacket that he hasn't won, and he's on about a decade of chances to try to get it. He was having a great opening round. He was 4 under going into the reachable par 5 15th hole yesterday. Hit a great drive, had an iron in, hit a beautiful looking iron to the green. It looked like he was going to have an eagle putt to get to 6 under. Bounces, rolls over the green because that green is new and it's a little bit hard. A lot of guys were doing that. Chips it back, and again, the hard green got him because it didn't check up and it just rolled past the pin and trickled all the way down into the water. Ends up making a double bogey and then goes over 17, makes another double bogey, and poof, all the good work of 4 under gone.
Just like that.
And he's back to even, and he's 8 off the lead right now. He's not out of it, but he is certainly in a much tougher spot than he could have been. If he just parred his way in at 4 under,
he's
tied
great
with Scotty. He's in great shape. But now he's got a lot of catching up to do in the next 3 rounds.
Trust me, as somebody that picked him in my pick dynasty, I was pretty excruciating to watch yesterday.
He tees off in about 15 minutes. So Rory will be playing this morning to try to take advantage of the good conditions. That's what that's the benefit. But he's got a lot of strokes to make up after the couple of double bogeys yesterday. On a local watch quickly, Xander Schauffele made 5 birdies, which was great, but he made 6 bogeys, which was not. So he shot 1 over in his first round. And the kid, the amateur who plays at San Diego State, Justin Hastings, only made 1 birdie. He was actually still, I think, 1 over going into like 16, and he finished with a double bogey and a bogey. So he ended up at 4 over. Not terrible for your first round in a major at Augusta National, tied for 70th, but it looks like the cut line projected around 2 overs. So going to have some work to do today to make the cut. So there's your little Masters update. We're going to check traffic, and then we will talk about the Padres' upcoming series against the Colorado Rockies, including big night for, I think, tonight's starting pitcher, who's trying to bounce back from his last outing. We'll get to that after Kelly's traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by your local San Diego County, the UPS stores. Tow truck helping to clear a crash in the North County, south on 15 near Auto Parkway. Everything is now over to the right shoulder. Watch out for a stalled motorcycle northbound 5 before SeaWorld Drive. That's in the center divide. And keep in mind some very foggy conditions again this morning. Dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. Leave a little extra time for travel. Be extra careful once you're out there. Your local San Diego County, the UPS store locations are hosting a shred event through April 15th. 50% off shredding services. Visit theupsstore.com for the location nearest you. See store for details. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres did make a trade yesterday.
Yeah.
Only the second one AJ has made since the end of last season. Neither of them were blockbusters, to be sure. There was the Ron Marinaccio trade.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
And now the Tom Cosgrove trade. And Tom, of course, was DFA'd last week to make room on the 40-man roster for Oscar Gonzalez. So he could have been claimed by any team. The Cubs decided to essentially move up to the front of the line by offering some cash considerations for Tom Cosgrove, and they put him on their 40-man roster. So they get to skip the line, and you can make that trade before the waivers go through, and that way you don't you get something for him rather than nothing.
Fairly surprising the fall off of Tom Cosgrove the last couple of seasons. I mean, he was a really effective pitcher for us, and had in my opinion, pretty bright future. Now he probably still has a pretty bright future. He's a left-hander that can, can move the ball around, and he owned Shohei Ohtani. I mean, it was like our Ohtani. It was like our Tanner Scott before Tanner Scott got here. But for whatever reason, man, it just did not click last season and to start this year. So wish Tom very well. Good luck to you, and thanks for the cash considerations.
Jed Hoyer is hoping this is Jeremiah Estrada in reverse.
Correct. It's not. I feel pretty confident in saying I wrote
Padres let this guy go. They didn't know what they had. We're going to fix him up just a little bit, and he's going to be a sensational setup reliever for us in the future.
It'll be interesting to see if it's the standard old new scenery changes things, or is it he was fun to watch. He was good.
Yeah, he was the bulldog.
They just figure him out.
He does good stuff. I think the command he just wasn't locating, and maybe a different voice. Usually Ruben's voice is the best voice in the you're gonna get, but occasionally, for whatever reason, a different voice just clicks in someone's head. And again, I agree with you, Woods. Wish Tom Cosgrove the best in his new
go get him
his new organization.
Take it easy on us when we play you next week.
That would be nice. All right, Padres and Rockies tonight, and I think it's a big start for Nick Pivetta. He had such a great debut.
Makes you pee, huh?
in his first outing of the season against the Braves, and then not a very good outing in his second effort against the Cubs.
No.
Really bad.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nicky P has the stuff to be really successful at the big league level.
Sunday night baseball start.
It was so good. I mean,
electric.
Just spectacular. And now pitching back at Petco Park, where he was really, really good. I mean, again, you get a little bit of a pass pitching in Chicago that day. It was not great. It was not comfortable. Couldn't really locate. Couldn't find the grip on the ball. Just was not good. So, but hey, listen, got a chance to redeem himself tonight. Got some guys in the Rockies lineup that have seen him a little bit before. Chris Bryant, is he healthy? Is he playing for the Rockies?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. I just kind of going with the odds on that.
Oh, you're just literally rolling the dice on that.
He pinch hit yesterday.
So
okay.
he's available.
He's hit Pavetta pretty well. But back on the other side, we're going to be taking on German Marquez.
Padre killer.
But
he's wearing a Rockies uniform, so that's implied usually.
Got guys in our lineup that have hit him very well also. Jake Cronenworth being one of them, Jason Hayward being one of them. Yuli Gurriel's got a good average
his ERA,
as well.
his career ERA against the Padres is like 4.5, which isn't that impressive.
Yeah.
But considering some of those games are at Coors Field, I don't think the Padres have ever beaten him. I handed him an L.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever actually beaten German Marquez. So yeah, first game of the series, I think is the critical game. Tomorrow might be one of those more offensive games. We'll see if Kyle Hart can bounce back from his really short outing at Wrigley Field when he goes for the Padres. Chase Dollander, who's got a 7.2 ERA, is going for the Rockies.
Got us right where they want us.
And then Sunday, Michael King returns to the mound. You feel good about Michael King, but Kyle Freeland, who may be the biggest Padre killer in their rotation, gets to go on Sunday. So the Rockies are fairly well set up coming into this series, at least with a couple of guys that they should feel pretty good about on the mound.
German Marquez, by the way, he's 10-3 against the Padres in his career.
Oh, okay, so they have beaten them. That's good.
Wow. 10-3.
It's not 10-0.
4-3-8.
Not 13-0. Obviously a big question tonight is what's that lineup look like, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Is it just Jackson Merrill who's out, or is Fernando Tatis Jr. or Jake Cronenworth still unavailable after their issues in Sacramento?
Oh, and then that begs the question too of, that leaves you again with a very thin bench, a very, very thin bench moving forward. So hopefully I'm crossing my fingers that at least one of those guys is back in the lineup tonight, preferably Tatis. Nothing against Jake, obviously, but the Fernando Tatis Jr. That's just one where, man, that would be really hard to overcome that, an IL stent for Fernando. But again, it's that shoulder, man, and we're just hoping that it's fine, couple days off, and that he's ready to jam.
Did see the Rockies bounced back. They lost 17-2 on Wednesday. But they did bounce back yesterday and beat the Brewers 7-2 with a 5-run 8th inning to avoid the sweep, just their third win of the season. Maybe the most concerning part is Brenton Doyle, who I think is their best player, getting hot. He went 3 for 5 with his third home run, drove in 5 runs in that game. So you want to make sure he doesn't beat you, having a huge series now coming into Petco Park, because he's definitely one of those guys in the lineup that can beat you if you let him get hot over the weekend.
I'm legit considering just not even watching at all. You guys just fill me in on Monday how it went. I mean, I'm fairly busy this weekend anyway.
Tonight you'll be on stage roasting.
That's right.
So we'll maybe see the first inning or two and then catch up after the roast is over and watch the end of the game.
Yeah.
But we will definitely miss some of that. We're going on Saturday, though, right? Aren't you going to? Yes. So you can't skip that one.
I don't have to watch.
You don't.
I can just eat.
You just eat. We're going to be
base it on the reaction of the crowd.
So we're actually, can we tell everybody what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are actually, the Padres wanted us to come and try some of their new food items, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to be sitting in the entertainment suite, which is the one in the Western Metals building. It's in the store. You go into the team store.
Yeah.
And we get to meet the chef at Petco, the head chef at
Mm-hmm.
Petco Park. I'm sure we'll post some social media links, make everybody jealous.
Sure, that's why they asked us to come.
Looking very forward to an experience on Saturday with the San Diego Padres and their head chef.
I really want the banana bread pudding. I want that.
I still haven't really seen anyone with an actual review.
I heard it's
Sammy had it.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, good. Okay, in a little helmet.
In a little helmet.
Way better than a
Then ice cream or
and then
something.
a soft serve ice cream sundae with Hershey's chocolate sauce.
No, I'm excited about that as well. It's going to be a packed house, certainly, and we will. Our tier 1 Rod that won the biggest fan is going to be in the house on Sunday in the Odyssey Suite. And Rod, my deepest condolences. I cannot make it that day, but I wish you guys a great time up in the Odyssey Suite. Don't go crazy up there.
Go a little crazy.
Go a little crazy.
A little crazy.
Yeah, but just no lampshades on the head or anything like that.
Right. I mean,
no candle wax on the nipples.
Represent the tier 1s in the Ben Woods program, with honor.
That's right.
But have fun.
Have fun.
It's not like every day that you get to
sit in the suite.
It's
a good time.
I mean, we're getting to do it this weekend as well.
Right.
Different suite. You're going to have a lot of fun.
A better suite.
You actually have a way better view of the game.
Yeah.
In the Odyssey Suite is right.
But we may catch a home run tonight.
Right behind home
probably
plate.
Brenton Doyle, if I had to guess. There's a decent chance we catch a
right-hand line drive down the line.
Yeah, 100%.
Head on a swivel when you're out there. Those balls come in hot.
Yeah, buddy.
Down in the corner. So you definitely have to be paying attention Saturday night when we're down there. So,
yep. Yeah. Have fun. Have fun up there, Rod, you and your cronies.
Any advice for maximizing your suite night? Because you've done the suite a few times.
You really just can't go wrong. I mean, sometimes I'll sit inside and watch the game on TV. Sometimes I'll go sit in the seats and watch the game on the field.
There's like two rows of seats with a little table in front.
So you can bring standing area behind that.
Your food out there.
Just have a great...
Or you can
private bathroom.
Yeah,
in the suite, and the game is on television. You can actually choose like different channels and feeds, I believe.
Yeah, it's great.
Of the game. They'll all hook you up when you're in there. They'll figure out, show you how to use everything. And have
DJ says in the chat, why are you guys sweating the Rockies? You do know that Charlie Blackmon retired.
We're not sure that it's just a Charlie Blackmon thing.
But they've dominated us for the last 5 years. Yep. And I was looking at like Marquez's numbers. He's 10-3 against the Padres. The next highest team in wins is the Diamondbacks with 6. Like he has dominated the Padres.
You missed the roundtable. I actually went further back. I went all the way back to 2010. And the Padres are like more than double-digit games under 500 against the Rockies in the last 16 years. And the Rockies have been bad over those 16 years. They had 2 playoff teams in that entire stretch, and otherwise have mostly been a bottom of the NL West team. And the Padres can't even play 500 ball against them.
Crazy.
It's really mind-blowing.
Yep. Buddy Black is in town. He lives in Solana Beach. Buddy, if you're listening to the program, welcome back to San Diego.
He does say he listens when he's in town.
I know, which is great. Yeah. He's probably laughing right now, listening to us panic about
there's
Rockies.
also, it's a little tongue in cheek, and then there's also something to it.
Yeah, there's
this isn't like didn't the A's sweep us last year or something?
The Angels.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We're not acting
the Rockies,
like that's
right?
the biggest deal.
Yeah.
This is a division team that has just owned us for the last 16 years, apparently.
It was late April last year. It was the game they blew that they had the big lead, and then they went on to get swept in the series. It was awful. Awful.
Killer.
Low moment of the season last year, I'd say. Until 24 scoreless, but regular season. All right, we'll come back. Hour number 2, we got Don't Do This. Clark Fahrenthold from Mad Friars is going to join us as well. Stick around. Ben Woods continuing on a Friar Friday on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, welcome back. Ben and Woods 97.3, The Fan. Happy Friday to you. Was laughing last night about 7 o'clock at night. It's kind of not random text because we have a group thread of me, Paulie, and Ben, and we're oftentimes texting, hey, did you see that or whatever? But last night was an off night for the Padres. Like, they weren't playing. What did you guys watch instead?
I started The Clubhouse, the Netflix Red Sox series that you spoke of so highly yesterday.
So good.
I see why you spoke so highly of it. It was very compelling. You learned
wasn't
about
it?
the weirdness that is Tristan Casas.
It's a weird dude.
Weird.
It's a weird dude. Yeah.
Interesting
guy. Yeah. Interesting guy. What'd you think of Andrew Bailey?
He's sharp.
Man crush.
He's
Love that guy.
sharp
Big,
for sure.
Big man crush on him.
Obviously, the Jaron Duran, mental health issues is compelling and interesting. I mean, yeah, it's a good start to the show. I only watched about the first 40 minutes or so.
I think I'm 3 or 4 episodes in on that. I watched a couple last night. The first episode, they do a good job of kind of just wetting your beak a little bit with all the different storylines, like the Jaron Duran. Like, I think it's like episode 3. They really dive into that.
Yep.
They dive into like Casas and all the call ups with Andrew Bailey there. It's really well done.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's just,
and I hope they do more of
God,
this.
you have to. God, you have to find another team.
Craig
not the
Breslow
Dodgers.
seems kind of boring.
Craig Breslow is an interesting. So again, he's one of those guys in the front office.
Former player, who's
played
become their
10
new,
years, right, or
basically
14 years.
CEO, head of the organization, or chief baseball officer.
Yeah.
So president of baseball ops.
And it's wild, like, because I don't know, man. You get the sense, like, if Craig Breslow did not play 14 years in the big leagues or whatever, the way he talks and like doesn't command the room, you could probably see the players like, like sleeping.
He
in
almost
that
kind of
meeting.
did when he was doing that. He did like his spring training speech.
Like his
they
pump
showed
up
it, and
speech. It's the
they
worst.
were pretty much falling asleep.
They were.
Like,
They're like, guys are like slumped back in their seat. Like, all right, buddy, whatever you say.
It
nerd.
reminds me of the Jaguars' new coach, Duval.
Duval. He does.
He's kind of just he's
just
a
got
weird-
that thing, that thing. But Alex Cora, I mean, you really kind of grow to like him in this thing, and how much he loves his players and all that. But it's really fantastic done. So you watched some of that last night, Paulie. What did you watch?
I had 1 episode of White Lotus.
Oh, nice.
2 episodes.
Season what? 2?
I finished season 1.
Okay, so it's
waited to start season 2.
Sicily.
Watched that probably a little bit today. Watched.
You're playing golf today. You're not watching that. Oh, tonight.
Maybe.
No, you're Padres tonight.
Padres, yeah. This weekend. Watched 2 episodes of the Red Sox doc and watched first 2 episodes of season 4 of Hacks dropped last night.
Well,
and it's amazing.
So as Paulie, whilst he was watching all of these, this smorgasbord of shows, he was also indulging in one of his favorite pastimes to unwind. Totally legal, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong.
Completely legal. But he texted us this last night. I started sniggling. He's like, well, we can make a bit out of this. Not like we have a million weed drops we can play.
You took a hit off Penn Higgins.
Took a hit off Penn Higgins.
It's amazing how many
last night was Penn Griffey Jr.
Penn Griffey Jr.
Okay. It's amazing how many tier 1s in the chat also name their vape weed pens Penn Higgins. There's probably dozens of Penn Higgins around San Diego now.
If you don't have a brand deal with a weed shop, like by today, what's our agent doing other than sending me Instagram memes? Got 2 more yesterday.
Everybody must get stoned.
I forgot about that drop entirely. I think that was like Monday or Friday. Like, it's within the last week.
Yeah, it's within the last week. Okay.
Everybody must get stoned.
There he is. Penn Higgins, everybody.
Not a Bob Dylan fan.
So Paulie writes this to us. He goes,
loose cannabis?
There, yes. Paulie says, total stoner thought. I admit it. He's just laying there smoking his Penn Higgins. He goes, I'm just going to text the guys an idea. He says, if any of us were the manager of the Dodgers, does that team still win 90 plus and the division? Smoking and watching the Red Sox doc, and they were talking about how great Cora is. And I started thinking about the manager's impact on actual games. And he's just sitting there, laying in bed like,
Big Bomba class, big boss in my head.
He's just laying in bed going, Watching that and going, could I manage the Los Angeles Dodgers to 90 wins in a season?
Ganja, a.k.a. cannabis.
They were just blowing Cora up and how great he is. And I agree. I think he is one of the top managers in baseball. If I was a player, I'd want to play for a guy like Alex Cora.
They've had some crap years, though. They've had some crap years under Alex Cora lately. And now, he's been, they've had a bunch of injuries. And they talk about that. They have really young players, and you really see it in the second episode, like how bad defensively they are. Yeah. You're like, what is going on?
They have a young team. They've had young teams over the last few years. And we've talked about this before, like the manager's impact in baseball for their team. I personally think, and I love baseball, I think they make the least impact of any head coach in sports.
I think you're crazy.
I think football coaches probably have the most impact with the play calling.
Yeah.
I think basketball, like you don't draw up plays you don't call a timeout in baseball and really draw up plays, but like you're down 2 with 4 seconds left. You need a coach that can draw up a play.
Yeah.
They have that impact. They're making subs all the time. Like, I think they're a little bit more impactful. Baseball managers, you got to let the guys, you put them in positions to win, but they have to do the work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
It's funny because Paulie comes in up with this question in between the munchies, but I immediately take it incredibly seriously.
Of course he did. Yeah, let me read you
sports talk,
which was outstanding. It was the best. Good. It was the best response.
It was absolutely perfect. And of course, so here's Ben. Immediately. So again, Paulie, I'll reread Paulie. Total stoner thought, I admit it. But if any of us were the manager of the Dodgers, does that team still win 90+ in the division? Smoking and watching the Red Sox doc and how they were talking about how great Cora is, I started thinking about the manager's impact on actual games. Ben, immediately. Do our players think we're legit, or have we lost the clubhouse before we walk in? I think we could fake it to a playoff spot if they think we're a real manager, but it's really just us. If they know we're some unqualified radio host, they probably tank at some point. Paulie says, yeah, I guess you'd be assuming they play hard in this scenario.
I read Ben's text and I go, I'm too high for that.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting a legitimate response.
Like a laugh, stoner thoughts.
Well, I do believe, I think I've always heard that in baseball circles, they think a manager can affect between like 3 and 5 games one way or another. A good manager help you win 3 to 5 more. A bad manager might cost you 3 to 5. So if you're talking about a 95 to 100 win team already, what's the worst that we could do? Probably down to like 90, 92 wins. We all know baseball enough, like standards, strategies. We know when to put on hit and runs for the most part, and we can figure out some signals. It is not rocket science. Now, Mike Schilt takes it way to another level beyond what we could do, but it's mostly the talent of your players and whether they perform and come through. So I do believe, Paulie, that we could manage a really talented team into the playoffs. The question would be,
do you really think that?
Do I think that?
You really think that?
I think we could. But I think the big question is if we came in and they knew that we were like, the owner's nephew who's just a radio host, who's a baseball fan, none of them would really want to play hard for us.
No,
so it really does matter, like, what our reputation would be walking in the door.
I will say this, man. I don't think I could. I don't think I would win. I don't think I even if you gave me the Dodgers roster or the Padres roster. The Padres roster is fantastic. I don't know how many big league games I could actually
what
win.
Game the Padres so far this season 10-3. What game would you have messed up?
Any of the 1-0 games, all of them, any or all of them. There's no question. Like
I might have pinch hit Jake on the day he hit the home run. Because he was going up against a lefty, and I might have had a quick trigger, and Mike Schilt stuck with Jake. But that's also that's a guess on his part as well. He could have been wrong on that one. I mean, there's no guarantee, or he may have pinch hit, and that whoever he pinch hit would have hit a home run. You don't know the alternate outcomes.
Well, so the thing about, I'll say this, and I wonder if people will disagree with this or agree with it, but I think managing a professional baseball team is harder now than it has literally ever been in all of the eras of baseball. I really do. I think you have to be way more of a psychologist than you ever have had to be. Alex Cora, in almost one of the first scenes in that movie or in that documentary, he says, look, it's not all about the numbers, right? Sometimes we want to make it all about the numbers. It's not. It's about, hey, man, how are you? How are things at home? What's going on with you? Did you get a good night's sleep? All that stuff. He's like, I got to do that for 26 guys every single day. And believe me, there are guys on his team, Ben, he can walk up to and say, hey, buddy, good to see you. And he never talks to him again. Then there's guys like Bello, the pitcher. I'm sure his entire day is spent, everything's fine. You're okay. You're good. You got great stuff. You're good, buddy. And I'm sure Mike Schild has to deal with some of that too.
I mean, if I was, like Paulie's hypothetical, made the manager, I'd instantly be a guy who empowers his coaches.
Okay. Like Skip always talks
got some
about.
Good coaches.
Cover my blind spot.
You know what?
Yeah.
You're gonna be making a lot of the decisions because I want to empower you to make good decisions here, and I empower my players and the leaders in the clubhouse. Hey, you're the ones policing the clubhouse. Hey, bench coach, I need you to be in charge of strategic decisions for me. I just delegate. Delegate. And I would sit and do the post-game press conferences, which I would be really, really good at.
Yeah, you do good at those.
Yeah, I do good pre- and post-game press conferences, and that's about all I do throughout the course of the season.
I would definitely have a really strong support staff, a very, very strong support staff, and I would defer a lot. It's hard. It really is a hard thing. I mean, the game, we talked to Skip Schumacher yesterday. It gets away from you so fast. It really, really does. You have a plan going into an inning. I'm going to roll with this guy if he gets us through there. Well, he hits the first guy. Oh, crap. He just hit the second guy. I should probably get somebody hot. Oh, God, who do they have warming up down there? Oh, God, that lefty or that side armor? Well, who hits side armors better, right-handers or left-hander? Like, it speeds up on you. In adult league, it speeds up on you. Like crazy. I can't even imagine 40,000 people in the stands, game on the line, billion-dollar players out there trying to do that and do it for 162. Like, I don't know, man. I think the day-to-day of that would grind you down so hard. And you lose 6 in a row. How you feeling? Still feeling good? Still feeling confident about all your decisions that you're making? No, you want to die. You want to die. And even the best managers with the best teams go through really crappy streaks. Guys aren't playing well. I don't think I'd win 80 games with the Dodgers. I really don't.
Now we just need a name for this new segment. Paul's.
I think it's everybody. Let's get stoned.
Huh.
Everybody must get stoned.
I can't hear it enough. I cannot hear it enough.
We got Don't Do This is coming up next. Yesterday, we told you some of the wild stories from the history of Augusta National Golf Club.
Yeah, there's a new one.
Did not expect what happened yesterday would have ever happened. And this wasn't a spectator or anything. This was one of the actual competitors at the Masters. If you haven't heard this story, wait for it.
Strap in.
Wait for it. Coming up next with Ben and Woods after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place. Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort with a 200-room...
Got Clark Fahrenthold from Mad Fryers coming up at the bottom of the hour. Right now, though, Don't Do This is brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. You put a different spin on it every single
day.
time.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the effort you're putting in.
Yeah, I'm looking for what works.
So I don't know if it's genetic, but there are certain people. It doesn't necessarily make them bad people.
Oh boy.
But they're just inclined to be troublemakers.
Can't relate.
You've got a little bit of it.
Less than I used to.
Less than you used to.
Yeah.
Kids, you were talking about one of your kids.
One of my kids. Oh my God.
John Morant. He's a troublemaker. He is.
Demetrius Jamel Morant.
Yeah, Jaw's a nickname.
Jaw's a nickname. Short.
What's a nickname?
So, of course, Jaw getting in trouble multiple times for doing his imaginary gun celebration to celebrate three-pointers after his history of problematic gun, possession. And so The league really trying to crack down on him with a $75,000 fine. They don't want to see it anymore. So, of course, the mind of the troublemaker goes, I don't want them to have the last laugh. So Ja has now started celebrating his 3-pointers by pulling a pin and lobbing a grenade.
Yeah.
A mock celebration. And he says, I intends to do that until somebody else has a problem with it, and I will find another one. He has to have some sort of, violent weapon celebration after a 3-pointer. How
about just a double thumbs up?
on it.
I do like the troll of the grenade. I do. I think it's funny. I think it's a funny troll. Oh, you don't like this? How about this? Bazooka. Next. I mean, nunchucks, swords.
When do we get like a musket? And he's like pouring
pouring powder.
That's a gun. He'll get fined for that. That's a gun.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, I kind of like it too. Dominic says he's leaning into the heel roll completely. Kind of like it, actually. I do too. I think he's, I think there's a part of it that is trying to expose the absurdity of it all.
I'm sure that's what I think a lot of the
It talked about when he got
troublemakers are
fined
doing that.
last week or earlier this week or whatever it was. But like, I'm torn on it because I understand why the NBA doesn't want him to do that. I also understand that he didn't do anything illegal.
And he hasn't done anything that a lot of other players aren't doing too. That's the thing.
Plenty of other instances of guys hitting a 3 and doing finger guns or whatever.
Yeah, liking this poison. You could do.
Poison. A blow dart. Slingshot. You can't get me for a slingshot. I'm sorry. Every kid has a slingshot. You're not getting me. Butterfly knife.
Remember Fernando Rodney used to do the bow and arrow?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best, dude.
He'd be fine if he was an NBA player.
Just a little switch comb. So good. Waterboarding. Sully. Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, I do kind of enjoy it. I can't wait to see
electric chair.
Yeah. What else would be a good one? Lethal injection. You just
I like Jeff says old school like Bugs Bunny dynamite box.
Yeah. It's pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic, man. Yeah, and a lot of MLB players, they've done the grenade. They do that thing where they and everyone falls over. Look, I get it. This is this story yesterday came out, and I'm not much of a pearl clutcher. I'm really not. Like, you guys know me. I don't clutch my pearls a lot about much. This one kind of made me go, is this guy out of his mind? I think I was more scared for him because of some of the stories we've talked about, just how stringent things are at the Masters, at Augusta.
They want you to be proper. Respect
the most.
Respect the tournament. Respect the grounds
Correct.
at Augusta National. They put a lot of effort into that place, and they want you to respect it.
Well, one of the amateur players, 21-year-old Spaniard who plays at Arizona State, Jose Luis Ballester, really made an impression on the fans in his very first Masters appearance on Thursday. He had to go tinkle, and he forgot that there were bathrooms to the left of the tee box on 13, so he just ran down to Old Ray's Creek, unzipped it, and relieved himself right in Ray's Creek. And they asked him about this after the round.
What happened there? Well, I completely forgot that we had those restrooms on the left of the tee box.
Oh, okay.
13th tee. Yes, correct. And then I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go. And since JT had an issue around the green, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sneak here.
Yeah.
In the river. Probably the people would not see me that much. And then they clap for me. Probably one of the clubs that I really got today, like real loud. So that was kind of funny.
Are you concerned that there might be any blowback from that at all? Or, I mean, obviously they did see you, right?
Yeah, they saw me. I mean, it was not embarrassing at all for me. So if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
Apparently in Spain, you can just take it out and go wherever you want.
Well, he said they clapped for him. So the way the course is set up, the patrons are only on the right side of the fairway, and the left is the creek and then a bunch of trees and everything at the edge of the property. So he has back to like everyone when he was there, but they all knew what he was doing. He was just waiting. They were waiting. He had a long wait in the fairway. He had missed the restroom already. It probably wasn't another one for 2 or 3 holes. What should he have done at that point? If he goes back to the restroom and misses his window, he's penalized. He's out of the tournament. So, if you're out of position, you get a shot, either a 2-shot penalty or you're disqualified if he's late. So is there any other alternative other than going somewhere in the and there was no bushes, it was just the creek. There's no, if you go on the other side, it's just people. So it was the private side of the fairway. Couldn't get across the creek. There was only one place to go. It was the creek. I think they have to understand that, right?
Why am I more offended about this than you are?
Well, I just don't know.
It's the Masters.
Obviously, he should have gone at the
at the turn, or
like
whatever.
every parent says to their child.
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
You should have. Why didn't you go when we stopped
Yeah.
at the tee? We were just at the tee at the restroom, and now 5 minutes later, you have to go.
Number 1.
Yeah.
But then, when nature calls.
Maybe it was his cavalier attitude about it after. I'm not embarrassed. I would do it again.
That was probably a little.
Somebody slapped his wrist at that place, right? They got him good. They sat him down.
I'm surprised he's not dead.
Yeah, for sure. At least locked up, for sure. But I went, when I saw this, I went like this, and I never do that ever. So we'll see what happens to this young man.
Finally, a little do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Here's something from baseball that hasn't been seen, in a really long time. Last night in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, minor leaguer Amarion Boyd stole 6 bases in a game without getting a hit. Pulled off defeat for High A Beloit, Wisconsin against Cedar Rapids. He was the 9th hitter in the lineup playing center field. Reached on a fielder's choice. Stole 2 bases, reached on a walk, stole 2 bases, was hit by a pitch.
Sick.
Stole 2 bases, got to third each time. And then get this. He walked again in the 9th inning, but
they threw him out.
No, there was already a runner on in front of him, so he had nowhere to go. He said, I thought it'd be even more crazy if I got 8. He told the Associated Press, I wish I could have had 2 more. It would have really been crazy then. Reportedly, they tried to go back and find the stats. It's been at least 20 years since anybody's stolen 6 games in a minor league game without at least getting one hit.
6 bags.
6 bags.
Yeah, you said games.
It'd
be hard to steal 6 games.
Yeah, well,
but
probably illegal too.
If anybody could do it, it's the Colorado Rockies.
He has a 98 steals career, not this season, but career in 203 minor league games. So essentially a steal every other game.
It's fantastic.
Good pace.
6 bags in a game is elite. It's elite speed.
You never know. Could get a call up, a late season pinch running call up, even if he's never going to get an at bat.
Speed like that.
I mean, it's not a good sign if you're batting 9th at single A, but you're probably not a top prospect.
You sound like my little leaguers. I know. Oh, I'm batting 9th. Like, you're in the lineup. Zip your lip. Play better, by the way.
And that's Don't and Do This for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Now, speaking of the minor leagues, we can get an update on what's going on with the Padres in the minors, including the debuts of 2 of their top draft picks from last year pitchers. We'll talk with Clark Fahrenthold from Mad Friars. That is coming up next with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, though, if you are a homeowner, let your old pal Woodsy tell you about all the great work that Loan Pronto is doing right now. If you're feeling a little bit underwater, credit card bills are piling up, whatever, time to call Loan Pronto. If you're looking to get cash out of your home's equity, refinance out of a high rate, or, again, do a home improvement project, Loan Pronto can make it happen for you in a matter of days. Take advantage of this opportunity. Get tens or even hundreds of thousands out of your home's equity. Pay off your credit cards. Pay off your car loans. The average homeowner cuts their monthly bills by $1,000. Get more info at loanpronto.com. Inflation, higher costs, put a lot of people in a stressful financial situation. But again, if you own a home, there is a way out. Loan Pronto has multiple options that can help you get the financial freedom you deserve. Most homeowners get their cash in less than 2 weeks. Most don't even need an appraisal. Do the smart thing now. Stop paying insane rates on your credit cards. Wipe them out. Get a lower mortgage rate. Get some money for the home improvement project. It all starts by getting in contact with the experts at this, Loan Pronto. LoanPronto.com or call 619-207-4336. It's LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Padres, Rockies tonight at 6:40. Sammy Levitt will have your Eco Water SoCal Padres pregame show for you at 5:40 today. I believe he'll be back up at the loft at the Western Metal Supply Company building in his new spot, as near his old spot, but with all the changes they made in that building. Looking forward to seeing them for myself tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have not gone up there yet, so get a chance to see all the changes. I have gone into the team store, which is really...
It's pretty special.
Really improved.
Yeah, it's really good.
They really did a nice job.
I'm excited for that one.
With the redo of the team store.
Drop some coin tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I just got paid today, so just some of that goodbye.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
Too convenient. It'll be too convenient. You'll be right there tomorrow. So.
I mean, how much gear can my family have? I mean, how much is too much? I feel like we have too much right now. Wish there was an exchange program. Let me bring you back to...
Like trading baseball cards, but instead you're trading baseball gear, jerseys, and
so
hats
much gear.
and
so much gear.
Yeah, it's also cool looking though.
Oh, it is.
Although Paulie's the only one who can pull off.
Paulie pulls
City
off
Connect
about 95% of it.
Hat with the
jacket,
the pitching ninja shirt today. Yeah, Paulie's he's got the good fit.
Yes,
as they say. All right, we're going to check traffic, and then when we come back, we'll talk Padres in the minor leagues. Matt Friar's Clark Fahrenthold is going to join us next year with Ben Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring. Just one problem to mention here, northbound 5 past E Street. Collision involving a couple vehicles. It's in the center divide. They're trying to get that moved over to the right shoulder. And keep in mind, we still have some stubborn fog around various parts of the county. Dense fog advisory in effect till 9 o'clock this morning. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Padres were off yesterday, but their minor league affiliates roll on. The full season has started. AAA, AA, high single A, low single A. And joining us right now, they do such a great job covering the Padres in the minor leagues at mattfriars.com. Clark Fahrenthold is with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Clark, happy Friday morning to you.
Happy Friday morning, guys. Glad to be here. Glad to talk a little Padres farm system with y'all.
How, man, couple of really nice debuts for some Padres pitching this week. And, really good stuff. You see the videos that come out that you guys send out and some other, crazy Padres fans that are monitoring all of this on a daily basis. But Boston Bateman, Cash Mayfield, tell us what you saw from those guys.
Yeah, I think if you're Cash Mayfield, if there was an ideal professional debut, I think he probably made it the other night. Yeah. I don't know how it could have gotten much better. Watching him, obviously he missed the spring breakout game, but he was someone who I think looked good. He talked a little bit after the game that he was, a little bit nervous, which, good for him for admitting. But, man, he went out there, attacked with fastball. The changeup looked really good, had really good depth, late fade. He was getting guys out in front on that thing like crazy. And the fastball, too, it flashed. It's coming from a little bit of a lower release point, which helps him, play up a little bit. But he was getting max around 18 inches of induced vertical break on it. It was, riding really well. I think for Mayfield, again, that was about as good as you could have asked for in a first professional outing for him.
And then last night, Boston Bateman, who
the big guy,
was the second pick, the Padres in the draft last year, correct? Really big guy. Actually, I remember I told the story when I was on our holiday break. I was in an Uber in Las Vegas, and my driver said I was wearing a Padres hat or something. He goes, "Oh, you're a Padres fan?" I go, "Yeah, I actually do radio at the flagship." And he said, "We're good family friends with the Batemans. Their son Boston was just drafted, and he could not speak more highly of him." He said, "Just a baseball rat, just loves the game. So excited to be joining the organization." How did his professional minor league debut go last night, Clark?
Good. I think he definitely flashed some stuff. I think when you're watching him, it's certainly a physically imposing force stepping over the bump. There's not a lot of guys you see walking around at 6'8" that have that amount of athleticism up on the mound. You could already tell they've kind of, reworked some small things. They've definitely refined the motion a little bit. I think the sinker looks really good. About 12 to 13 inches of horizontal movement on it. Walks, I think that's just a little bit more of a causality of it being his first outing. Slider, he spun over there a couple times. It looks solid with some good movement. And, I think for a debut, for a guy who's still a teenager going out there, I thought it looked good. He got a good amount of whiffs. I think I had 6 down on my ledger as a total. And, I just think he's someone who I think long-term, higher ceiling guy. I think San Diego, I view as more of a longer-term project. But he's someone who I think has a ton of upside, and I think you saw it at times last night on the mound.
Clark, we've seen the Padres be aggressive with their top young prospects on a position side. Guys like Jackson Merrill, how quickly they've got up. Leodalis DeVries on the fast track, Ethan Salas. But what about on the pitching side? What's a realistic expectation for guys drafted out of high school to get to the big leagues like Cash Mayfield?
I think a guy like Cash has the ability to move a little bit quicker than some of the arms that maybe we've seen in the past. He's a little bit older for a prep arm. He's already 20 years old. So I think he'll probably, in my estimation, have, what I think will be some good amount of success in low A. And if that continues, I would think maybe there would be some aggression to go ahead and move him up a little bit quicker because, again, of the age and where he's at right now, feels like, to me, a more advanced feel of his pitches. So I think, pitching, it's been a little bit different of a, case than it has been for hitters. But if Mayfield accelerated a little bit quicker, for me, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked because of the factors there.
Talking to our buddy Clark from Mad Friars, talking a little Padres minor leagues. But, the one thing we always talk to you guys about, too, is, look, obviously with a couple of guys banged up on the big league roster, you want to make sure you got guys that can come up and spell them. Who's kind of tearing it up right now, raising some eyebrows in the Padres front office here in San Diego as guys that could come up and help, if not right away, on the fast track?
Yeah, obviously AAA is a guy we already saw, but Omar Cruz, definitely someone who flashed. I think changeup, big curveball that definitely has a good movement profile to it. But another guy that's in AAA right now that's looked fantastic through his first 3 starts is Ryan Bergert. I think that's someone who, after last season, there was a little bit at the beginning of the year, starting in San Antonio, was a struggle. But towards the end of the year, he really found it, had a really good spring training. And then here in AAA has been, especially in the PCL, getting a lot of whiffs. I think in his last outing, even when he got tagged up a little bit, he had a whiff rate over 30%. I think he had 16 swings and misses total. The fastball has its good rise back to it. I think early on he's averaging around 17 inches of induced vertical break. The slider's spinning tighter again. He's someone who I think certainly, if he keeps pitching well, you always force the issue if you're a guy. If you're pitching really well, it's hard for an organization to keep you down. But I think he's someone you could certainly maybe look to at some point and getting a call if something happens pitching depth-wise. Another name that we also saw in spring training is down in AA right now. I don't know how quickly they're going to want to move him, but Braden Net continues, I think, to show some of the best stuff in the San Diego system. The fastball's fantastic. He works a really good slider off it as well. It's all about, for Net, is just holstering that command a little bit more. If he can do that, the stuff Arsenal-wise is good enough to play at the big league level, I would think.
Clark, if the Padres decide to go a different direction at some point from Jason Hayward, maybe Yuli Gurriel, and not necessarily the prospects. I mean, they've already added Oscar Gonzalez to the 40-man and the 26-man. They could call up Connor Joe. We know that. He's on the 40-man. But the other guys who aren't necessarily there. Well, Tirso is, I believe, Jonathan Perlaza has been hitting as well. And then Trenton Brooks had a walk-off. Who do you think they'd call on if they were going to add another guy to the 40 from AAA at some point?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think looking through it, I mean, like you pointed out, Brooks with the walk-off home run last night has looked good. He's got a really high pull fly ball rate, up above 50%. The only concern I've sort of personally seen with him is that the exit velocity numbers are a little bit down. He only has about a 33% hard hit rate. I think there would be a consideration for Tirso. Tirso started to pick it up certainly here in more recent times. But I think it's going to be codependent on, say if Hayward goes down, are they going to bring up someone in the corner? Are they going to go defense first? I think, I would probably be somewhere between the idea of a Tirso or an Ellis, or probably going with a guy like maybe Jonathan Peraza. And Peraza, to your point, is someone who not only has hit the ball well, but he's someone who I think has a little bit of an underrated plate discipline numbers. He has the ability to take a walk. So while you'd be sacrificing certainly there with defense, you get a higher upside offensive profile from Peraza.
How's our boy T Wade doing down there?
T Wade's hitting. We'll give T Wade credit down there for El Paso. He's hitting above, I think, 315 right now. He had a couple knocks, I believe, last night. Again, to T Wade's credit, scrappy ball player. He does the little things right. If you need a sack punt, he does it for you. He can swipe a bag. He's looked all right down there, though. He's clearly comfortable. I'm sure he's doing great in the clubhouse for them. But no, he's looked good.
Campy too, right? Campy's kind of tearing the cover off the ball down there at AAA.
Yeah, Campy. If you're looking for someone who's absolutely scorching the ball, that's what Luis Campusano has done for these first couple weeks here, down in the El Paso Chihuahua ranks. I think going into it, I think he has a barrel rate above 13% right now for El Paso. He has a hard hit rate over 50%. He's scorching the ball all over the yard. It seems like the changes of going back to his more traditional stance that he's been working on here recently has certainly paid dividends. But everything that's coming off his bat right now is exceptional batted ball data.
And then finally, what was I going to say?
He just shorted out.
Just short out for a second.
The Friday short out.
I know. I wanted to ask you, will the Padres regret losing Tom Cosgrove? Do you think?
Will they regret losing Tom Cosgrove? Look, Cosgrove was someone who, when he was on here, certainly had good stuff, but I do think throughout the organization, they have profiles that can step in. I think another guy that we saw, it's, a little bit of spring training and down in AA and who's looked really good to start the year is Brian Ock. Ock, sort of that similar prototype left-hander, funky delivery, worked on some crossfire, he reworked his slider grip this offseason and into spring training, getting a little bit more of what he called a baby spike to it. He said he's not the best supinator, so being able to kind of find a grip that helps him spin the ball a little bit better. And again, his fastball plays up because of that awkward release angle and that different delivery. I think he's someone who fits probably with I would think what San Diego wants in that funky left-hander. So, again, Cosgrove had his moments here, but I think San Diego has a plan for guys who fit a similar profile to him that could come along here in the near future if needed.
Kind of tough to break into this bullpen right now.
Yeah.
If you're, like barring an injury or something right now, bullpen looks really good. How have you heard anything about Sean Reynolds? Now I follow him on Instagram. I saw him, he was in a walking boot for a while. I saw him doing dead sprints in the outfield. He's such a power arm, imposing guy. He is a valuable piece. Any update on Sean Reynolds, maybe when he's going to start throwing? I could also ask the assistant GM, Josh Stein, in like an hour. But, have you seen anything?
Yeah, I have seen video from him throwing off the mound, it looks like, in Peoria. I believe he posted it to his Instagram story from what I had seen. But
that's where I get all my info, is Sean Reynolds' Instagram.
It's actually the greatest insider source of all time.
It really is.
His personal Instagram. You'll get the updates you need. But no, it does look like he's back throwing. Obviously, you saw the sprints that he was doing. In terms of a timetable, I don't know exactly what they'll go along and do. I would imagine there's a possibility that they would give him a rehab start first in Lake Elsinore, just to kind of be able to be close to in-house if they want to look anything. He's obviously just an hour drive away. They can go see him. But Reynolds is such, the power right-handed arm that I think, for a little bit there, San Diego could use more of and certainly will take more of right now.
Big time.
A heck of a profile, too, to be traded as a former position player from Miami to San Diego as a relief arm. So, that's always a funny way how those things work out. So, but no, fastball looked excellent last year. The slider, graded out stuff plus wise from Fangraphs as one of the 5 best in baseball last year. So getting him back would only add to the nastiness of this bullpen, but he's an electric arm. Anyone who watched him last year certainly saw that.
Clark Fahrenthold, MadFriars.com. Good stuff, Clark. Appreciate the update. Thank you.
Hey, of course, guys. Thanks for having me on anytime.
I wonder, Woods, I mean, if the Padres had their way, they wouldn't want their players like Sean Reynolds to be posting anything, even injury-wise. They're just like, I mean, I don't think they'd say anything.
I don't think they care.
Why? Every team is so secretive about their injuries.
What's the benefit?
Anyway,
what's the benefit of
there's
hiding
no,
that?
There's no realistic benefit, but they all do it. I mean, just like they don't like to not control the information. They're all control freaks.
You know what was funny? In the friggin' documentary last night, Alex Cora, who went and he does like a weekly on one of the radio stations there. What's the one?
WEI. WEI.
But he's in there and he's doing the hit, and then he walks out and they're asking about it. He's like, yeah, you got to control the narrative. I was like, oh, wow, you actually said it out loud. All right, look at that. But I mean, look, if a pitcher's hurt and he posts an Instagram picture of him running, I don't think the league is like, Sean Reynolds is getting close. He's running sprints in the outfield. He'll be back maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Over.
Change all of our strategies.
Change every strategy. Sean Reynolds is on his way back. Sean Reynolds is on his way back. You hear me? The Eagle has landed.
There's a moment that cracked me up in that Red Sox documentary. Was it the Clubhouse?
Yeah,
the Clubhouse. Cassis, I think it was, got hurt and was going to be out for a couple of weeks and left in the middle of the game. We see that happen all the time. It happened just a couple of nights ago for the Padres. When a guy leaves in the middle of the game, everyone wants to know what's going on. The manager doesn't even have an update until the end of the game. He talks to the training staff. So they show Alex Cora talking to the doctors and all that. And then usually the manager speaks with the media like within 5 minutes of the final out.
Yeah.
And he gets the diagnosis. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks, probably, maybe longer. And then Cora goes, do I got to do media now? And they're like, yeah. And he goes, F.
Because he knows first question.
All right, let me throw out a hypothetical for you. You've got a player on the 60-day injured list who's recovering, but you don't know how quickly. If another team knew that he's almost ready to come back, they're going to need to add him to the 40. It would mean they'd also have to bump someone off, which means a player you might be interested in could be DFA'd soon. It could change your strategy to open up one of your. I mean, it's tiny.
You're overthinking it.
It's tiny.
I mean,
Dugout Dirt says
we're talking about Sean Reynolds here.
Dugout Dirt is benefits of hiding injury, masking organizational deficiency, which would be weakness for an acquisition. Like we know you're desperate for pitching because this guy doesn't look like
salad
he's
to me
a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean we're stretching for a reason, but they do love to control the narrative, as Alex Cora said.
Yeah,
they don't like anyone else throwing information out. That's not them.
He's just running.
It's true.
He's an athlete.
Guys, I'm an athlete. I'm running.
Athletes do run.
No more videos of you guys lifting weights in the offseason. We don't want anybody to know you guys are trying to improve. Okay? We want everyone to think we're fat slobs coming into the season. Manny, that's enough. We know you can clean and jerk. You don't need to post it on Instagram anymore. Chalo says no shill today. No, sir. He's every other week,
which we can't. We're not sure if that means bi-weekly or bi-monthly.
It's one of those.
It's one of those two, but we have him every other week.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
Semi-weekly.
Semi-weekly? No, semi-weekly would be like Monday, Wednesday.
I think that would be bi-weekly. Semi-weekly would be every other week.
Bi-monthly.
Semi-monthly.
No, bi-monthly.
Is twice a month
bi-monthly
or bi-monthly. Twice a month is referred to as bi-monthly, not bi-weekly. Bi-weekly means occurring every 2 weeks. Bi-monthly can also mean every 2.
Wait. So he's both bi-weekly and bi-monthly? That makes no sense at all. How could bi-weekly and bi-monthly mean the same thing?
Okay, this is Google AI, but it says bi-weekly. This term definitively means occurring every 2 weeks.
Okay, so
bi-monthly, while it can also mean every 2 months, it's more commonly understood to mean twice a month.
Which is every 2 weeks. So
not necessarily.
Essentially, bi-weekly and bi-monthly are the same thing. Well, we've got Schilt on every other week.
We'll talk to Mike Schilt.
We'll ask him.
8:35 next Friday.
Next Friday.
What y'all asking me?
Damn, boy.
Hi, boy.
We got Take on Woods, Josh Stein on a Friar Friday, all coming up in hour number 3 on a Friday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we are halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. He is long gone. Paulie, you have you have left the Masters on above him, and it's just not going to work out for any of us.
Sorry, I'm watching Bernhard Longer practice sand shots.
Yeah.
So we had this TV on all morning, and it's a Samsung TV, and it was set to like the Samsung TV app with these weird channels and weird shows that were going on. Like, what the hell are we watching? So I wanted to flip it over. MLB Network was like blacked out. There was nothing there. So I just flipped it over to ESPN. They were in a commercial break. I didn't know they had the Masters on.
Andy North.
Well, I mean, look, I love it too. I would sit and watch it all day. I love it. It's you got to change it. You just have to change it.
We got Justin Rose chipping live here on the fifth hole. He's 8 under. He's your leader.
Just turn it off entirely.
And apparently he's going to make a bogey there because he's fallen to 7 under par.
I'm going to make you watch pre-draft NFL Network.
No, when's the draft coming again?
End of the month.
2 weeks.
End of the month. All right, we have our annual Ben Mocks the Draft instead of the mock draft. We do Ben Mocks the Draft.
Or is it a biannual? No,
don't do this. Do not do this. I'm begging you. It gives me the worst tired head of all time. Yeah,
it's all people are talking about.
The chat has gone insane. Yeah, it's when the Masters is on, it sucks you in, right? The beautiful sky and the green, it's just perfectly manicured.
Transfixing.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely right. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor and Masters lover. Somebody, Juan in the chat says, I wonder if Woodsy ever put his high E string on his Gibson, or is he still letting his expensive guitar collect dust? I think you know the answer, Juan. Still sitting there. I play my other acoustic guitar, my baby Taylor. It's just a tiny little Taylor. That's what I've been playing every night with the kids. We try to jam every night a little bit, play some songs and sing. And, my wife hates it. But
how bohemian of you.
No, it's just I want them to play an instrument. It's very important to me that both my children know how to play an instrument.
So, you care what instrument?
No.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I really don't. I honestly
Bo wants to learn the accordion.
Have a ball.
Really?
I love it, man. I love it. Honestly, like if he wanted to play the flute, I would not care. I'd be like,
flute's cool.
Be a flautist. Do whatever. As long as he is learning how to play something or sing. They both love to sing. So one of those things I want them to do. So we jam every single night. I can't play a lot of stuff, so I just typically play like Oasis songs because I can play almost all of those. So like he can play whatever he wants. Taylor can play whatever he wants. Taylor's been going to School of Rock. He goes about half the time. Mondays is when his classes. Some days he's in, some days he's out. But he goes in and plays a bunch of different instruments, and it's important to us that they learn how to do that. I mean, I would love if they would play piano. That's my dream. Actually, because if you can play the piano, you can play.
Do you have a piano?
No, we have a keyboard.
Okay.
So we've got a keyboard for him.
But then you'd have to really buy a piano.
No,
I'll sell you my piano.
I don't want your piano.
It doesn't really do much in our house anymore.
No. Did anybody learn? I know a little bit. You know a little bit.
Yeah. But not really. No.
It's just
I did about 3 drum lessons when I was like 9 and then gave up. Tried to teach myself the guitar, gave up.
I took a bass lesson, 1, and I hated it. So much the big thick strings. I was like, I don't want this. And then
it looks classy to have a piano in your home.
It does, but it's eyewash.
Civilized people, but if no one can play it, it's kind of a dumb thing to have taking up space.
It takes up a lot of space, and if you're not using it, it is just eyewash. And like if people walk in your home, they're like, "Oh, play me something, Ben." And you're like, "All right, here comes." What do you know? You know the one song,
"Joy to the World."
That's right. Didn't we do video of you playing that sometime? I think we did.
Extravaganza. I played it on Bobby Cressy's keyboard.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. I mean, think about Bobby Cressy. Sits down at a piano, opens up a piece of music, can play anything at all. And that to me is just it's so good for the brain. It's a different side of the brain that they work. So
I had a buddy in high school. You'd play his guitar and like somebody would be like, "Oh, can you play this song?" He's like, let me see. Play it for it.
Yeah,
play it on your phone.
It's insane.
He goes, "Okay, okay, got." He's like, "Okay, working on it, and then he's got it.
Got it.
And I'm like,
so
how?
Good.
How? That's another level I will never know.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so I can't do that. I have to look up the chords and everything else. I can do a little bit, but I have to.
Do you read music?
No, all I can read is chords, and I can read. It's called tablature, and I can read a little bit of tablature, which is it's basically like a guitar, and they have your fingers on the right strings for like riffs and stuff.
Every good boy does fine. The 5 lines are E, G, B, D, and F, and then in the middle is face.
Yep.
F, A, C, and E.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. But
so I had an acoustic guitar, and I would literally like watch YouTube videos, like the basics, the chords, and all that, and then I would just be like, how to play this song, Hotel California is like down, down, up, 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 down, or whatever, and trying to just get the feel for it, and then I hurt my fingers and I gave up.
It's it does hurt your fingers. You do have to.
Do you ever play the Guitar Hero?
No.
Video game?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I have played it, but I don't play it.
Rock Band.
It's just hard. It's a very hard instrument to learn. I don't move really past the 3rd fret very much. I can't play really any licks. I'm strictly rhythm. I don't like to make it play or cry or sing. There you go. So I'm just trying to keep that vibe going in the house.
You got a daytime job though. You're doing all right.
That's right. Hope you guys got that reference out there.
Anyone who did loved it. Otherwise, right over most people's.
They're still talking about bi-weekly and bi-monthly. It's going to make me insane. The topic is off the table. We're done. Squash it. Don't ever bring it up again.
Hey, it's Friday. Ask us anything except
for that,
because we still don't know.
I did get a tweet. I said yesterday I wanted to dish out more advice on this program, and
that's right.
We need to figure out a way to funnel these, right? Like, hey, we have an email. I'm sure we're going to get some nasty emails. Paulie's going to have to weed through them. I don't want to see them. But if you have advice, if you need advice on something, we got one this morning on Twitter from Monty. He says, I need advice from experienced first pitch throwers. I was invited to throw out the first pitch at a local college game this weekend. I'm no stranger to throwing a baseball, but I'm a little domed out by it. Any tips for me so I can avoid embarrassing myself? I just said, deep breath, tunnel vision, 4-seam grip, and let it eat.
I would say the only guaranteed strategy to avoid embarrassment is to decline the invitation.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're potentially risking. Now, college game, probably you're not going to have too many people in the stands. They may not be filming it, like they do with the big league ones. So you can rest assured that some of the pressure is off. It's not going to be on Sports. Even if you 50-cented it, probably not going to end up on Sports Center. So you can kind of take a deep breath, and I would say throw it a little higher than you think, that this is someone who bounced his to Johnny Brito. I wish I had just aimed a little higher. My last thought before I threw the pitch was don't throw it over his head.
Yeah.
Which of course led me to bounce it. Short
Again,
hopping.
I'll die on the hill that Johnny Brito probably could have made a better play on yours. He did. Yeah. He did give up on it a little early.
It was a pretty easy pick, I thought.
I thought so too, and he kind of muffed it. So I don't think he
made it look much worse than it was.
He absolutely made it worse. We were also,
of course, the baseball gods have cursed him ever since.
Correct. He's down in the minor leagues. Yeah,
he's injured.
He's injured. That's right.
Believe, yeah.
So that's kind of what we're talking about. Also you can ask us for other advice too.
My favorite part of us throwing out the first pitch last year was after the pitch, when you're supposed to meet with whoever catches your throw.
Yeah.
And Ben didn't do that. He just started
I shook.
Well, we had to take a picture.
Johnny Brito's hand, and then I walked right off the field.
We were supposed to take a picture with, and it just ended up being me and Woods. And you heard our friend Presley, who worked on the pod squad, screaming, "Ben!
Yes, Ben!
Could have been anyone she was talking to. There's a lot of bands.
There's a lot of bands there.
They're like, hey, Dylan Cease is ready to run out to the mound. You have to get off the field.
There's two Bens in the Padres dugout. There's Ben Frazier. Ben Frazier. There's all kinds of Bens there.
There it is. I just watched him on our video that we're showing. He walks right away, and they're like, wait, we got to take this picture. And we don't have any time.
He slaps 5. Hey, nice play. Yep. And then that's it.
They did seem like they wanted to get us on and off as quick as possible.
They did, but you
I
gotta
had
take
that
the
in
photo.
my head. I didn't know there was a photo.
God, that was nerve-wracking. This was I forgot about that entirely, dude. Ben! Please! Yeah. As you You do. You just want to be done with the whole. We had to stand out there and stew for like an hour and a half. It's like, and people are waiting. Hey, hell yeah, don't bounce it, boys. You're like, oh god. It's just, it's a blackout. That's right. You fully black out when you're on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
I've thrown 1 million baseballs in my life, and you just black out, dude. One more time with the Ben. I've forgotten about that.
Gator Potter says they could be your ringtone for when I call.
Ben. Oh, it's
Gator, I don't call.
No,
rarely.
Text it says, didn't Ben bounce it? We just said
I bounced it.
But I feel like he could have made a play on it.
I pushed kind of through it a little bit, just didn't want to go over his head.
Baba Booey.
There's nothing you can do. My thought is, if you go way over his head, there's nothing you can do about it. But if you do throw it a little bit low, he's a big leaguer. He's going to be able to pick it. And he boxed it so badly.
It really trickled away.
It rolled away. I mean, the runners all advanced 90 feet. It was so much worse than it could have been.
I bounced it.
Embarrassing. All right,
I bounced it.
The Ben. I forgot all about that.
I don't make this the Make Ben Cry segment at 8 o'clock every day, please.
All right, at 8:15, we make Ben cry again.
Let's not do that again. Please, I don't want to do it again.
Ben and Wood.
Stop.
Woods and Paul make Ben cry again. 8:07
every morning on 97.3 The Fan.
So legendary. Again, I've told you over and over. That was a Johnny Brito mistake.
Thank you.
One of many, by the way, from Johnny Brito. Okay? You can do a lot worse than that. But your pitch was on target. It was on target.
Now you had Higashioka,
I had
the
Higgy.
actual catcher.
Yeah, catcher.
And I had a Zokar.
Yeah.
Also
Sugar.
Catch a ball.
Sugar.
Yeah. Catch a ball one time.
Yeah. Johnny Brito, pitcher, doesn't have to catch the ball a ton.
It's true.
Not used to that.
That's true. I thought you did great.
Thanks.
He could have saved you on that. A good teammate will pick you up on that one.
I thought so.
Yeah. It was not a bad throw. It was on target. You did not sail it. You didn't. I mean, it was kind of over the plate ish.
You might have gotten a swing.
I think you might have gotten a swing. It was nasty, dude. Your IVB was just on fire there. The spin axis and all that, and you pronated and everything. It was great. It was great.
All right. We didn't do I was supposed to go through some of the baseball. It was a pretty limited day yesterday in Major League Baseball. I told you the Rockies did win to build a little momentum coming into this series. Red Sox won on an infield dribbler by Trevor Story in the 10th inning over the Blue Jays 4-3. Ty France homered for he's on the Minnesota Twins now, but they lost again. 3-2 to the Royals. We had a late night game on the East Coast.
More like an early morning game.
Rain delay didn't end until after midnight, but Atlanta won their first series of the season. They got a walk-off as well in extra innings as they beat the Philadelphia Phillies to take 2 out of 3. And one of the surprise teams in baseball so far this year, Woods.
No question.
The Los Angeles Angels.
I am blown away by the 8-4 Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, they blew out the Rays 11-1.
It's amazing.
An 8-run 5th inning that included 2 home runs by Joe Adell in the same inning. Mike Trout and Taylor Ward also hit 2 home runs, one of them each in the 5th inning. So they had 4 home runs in the 5th inning, 8 runs on their way to an 11-1 win. Joe Adell, Paulie, is the first Angel to hit 2 home runs in an inning since Kendrys Morales was
Kendry Morales with a home run. Vladimir Guerrero had key hits along.
I don't know if that was the game he was talking about, but
and the Angels batting order. Just excuse me, wore out the
Tampa Bay Rays last night.
Rays pitching staff.
They wore out the Rays pitching staff, and Adell with 2 home runs in an inning, and they're off to a good start. I saw, I forget who it was, but a real MLB Network analyst said he thinks the Angels are going to be the surprise team this year and might even sneak out a wild card spot or a playoff spot in the American League.
I mean, we're doing this. There's way too early predictions.
Very early.
God, this is
Very
like
early.
insane. Like Mike Trout's still healthy. That's how you know that the Angels are going to be in it. And it just that's what you want. You want him to stay healthy for that team. And if he doesn't, but guys, they've played 12 games. Like I it's so hard for me to look at an 8-4 team and go, you guys are on the right track to winning a wild card and a playoff series and all that. It's just there's so much time left, and health has been such an issue for them.
Speaking of health, Spencer Strider, close to returning for Atlanta, had 13 strikeouts.
Dude, didn't he have like 10 in a row or 9 in a row?
I saw he pitched 5 1/3, which means it's almost like I think he only didn't strike out 3 batters, gave up a run and two hits as well. But it looks like the Braves are going to get Strider back after his long
2
term
strikeouts in inning. Is that semi-inning?
Semi-inning.
And then tonight, some of the NL West games, in addition to the Padres Rockies, the Dodgers are hosting the Cubs to start a weekend series. The Giants are going to Yankee Stadium in New York to take on the Bronx Bombers. And the D-backs welcome the Brewers to Chase Field in Arizona. So that's what's on tap for this weekend in the NL West. Looking a little bit ahead at your baseball schedule. We need a contestant for Take on Woods. That's what we do at 8:20. Coming up in our next segment, if you'd like to challenge Woods and perhaps qualify for our concert tickets and trip to Las Vegas, call us now at 833-288-0973. We'll pick a contestant, play our 5-question musical trivia challenge when we come back with more Ben and Woods After Traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
But first, let me tell you about all the incredible deals going on down at Sedano Ford in La Mesa right now. I've been telling you about Sedano Ford a long time. Love the Ford brand. It has been in my family since I was a little kid. My grandfather worked at the Ford plant in Detroit. We have always driven Fords. Check it out for yourself. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, they will take good care of you. Manny Sedano is a phenomenal guy, veteran, local-owned dealership. Got great deals. And for a limited time, they're opening up the vault with employee pricing to everyone. So you don't have to work there to save like they do, right? So pretty cool. They got the brand new 2025 Ford Maverick, just $219 a month. And that is a really good deal on a pretty amazing truck. I'm seeing it all around my neighborhood too. Efficient, versatile, totally built for everything you need from your weekday grind to the last minute road trips that you guys want to take. You'll love how it handles, fits your lifestyle. Check it out today. Go see the team at Manny Sedano Ford in La Mesa, or go online, look at their inventory at sedanoford.com. One-stop shop for spring savings, fresh rides, and that new car feeling. Check out sedanoford.com for complete details.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
You inspired me because we now have Make It Mondays, where we spend at least 30 minutes making something, arts, music, crochet with the kids. Good parenting.
I like that.
Good work. All right. We got Josh Stein coming up on a Friday, assistant general manager for the Padres in about 10 minutes. So let's get right to it. It is time to play our game of Take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you. I got full phone lines again. Let's go. Line 3. Who's this, caller? Are you there? Anybody home?
Hello?
Hey, hello.
Hi.
Who's this?
Nick.
Hi, Nick. Were you calling in for Take on Woods just on any chance? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Perfect, because you're the contestant. So here we go.
All right.
You get a chance to battle Woods, 5 questions of musical trivia. If you beat or tie him, put you into our grand prize drawing for the trip to Las Vegas, 2 tickets to either Disturbed, Ghost, or Pantera, plus 2-night stay at the MGM Grand and a $150 gift card. Get your tickets for all 3 shows now at Ticketmaster.com. Here are your categories today. Did I not send the 3rd category? I think I might not have. All right, that's a problem. All right, we've got 2 categories for you right now. 7th inning stretch. Those are baseball teams in each answer, bands and artist names and song titles. And then Curious George, 5 musical artists with George somewhere in their name. And then I can also send Paulie. Let me do a quick one here. Let's do 1980s duets. That is a song category that, of course, has
is this
duets from the
1980s.
Paulie, I'm sending that one to you right now. All right, Those are your 3 categories. We got 7th inning stretch, Curious George, and 1980s duets. Nick, what would you like to play?
Let's do the 7th inning stretch.
All right, we finally get to it. Tier 1 Scott came up with this category for you. All questions Feature 5 musical answers that contain the name of a Major League Baseball team somewhere in the answer. You'll have 60 seconds. If you don't know one, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's the 2-second song. Paulie's queuing it up. You need to give me the song title and the artist to score that point. So, Nick, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music in the category 7th inning stretch. Good luck, Nick. Let's take on Woods.
Eye of the Tiger.
By?
Come back to it.
All right. Which chart-topping song did Lord say was inspired by a 1976 National Geographic picture of George Brett signing autographs?
Pass.
Which rock supergroup's highest charting hit was 1990's High Enough?
Pass.
Which quirky musical duo is best known for songs like Birdhouse in Your Soul and Don't Let's Start?
Pass.
The soundtrack to which Marvel movie created new fans of old songs like Redbone's Come and Get Your Love and Blue Swede's Hooked on a Feeling?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct. Can you get the 2-second song band name? It's Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. You knew the song title, too. You did get Guardians of the Galaxy, and this is a tough category that Scott came up with, but Royals is the Lord song. Damn Yankees is the rock supergroup, and They Might Be Giants is the musical duo. So just the 1 point, but hang on the line, Nick. We'll see. It's happened before. It could happen again. Let's put 60 seconds back on the clock. Woods doesn't get the category. Wonder if he'll figure this one out. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Nick.
Eye of the Tiger by Survivor?
Correct. Which chart-topping song did Lord say was inspired by a 1976 National Geographic picture of George Brett signing
Royals.
Correct. Which rock supergroup's highest charting hit was 1990's High Enough?
Damn Yankees.
Correct. Which quirky musical duo is best known for songs like Birdhouse in Your Soul and Don't Let's Start?
Pass.
The soundtrack to which Marvel movie created new fans of old songs like Redbone's Come and Get Your Love and Blue Swede's Hooked on a Feeling?
Read it again.
The soundtrack to which Marvel movie created new fans of old school songs like Redbone's Come and Get Your Love and Blue Swede's?
Black Panther?
Incorrect. Which quirky musical duo is best known for songs like Birdhouse in Your Soul and Don't Let's Start?
Don't Let's Start.
Don't Let's Start.
Treat yourself a round of sausage.
You still won by a 3-1 score.
What the hell?
7th inning stretch. Tier 1 Scott came up with this one. We got Tigers, Royals, Yankees, Giants. They might be Giants.
Oh.
And Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the
so
Galaxy.
You had Major League Baseball team names and all the answers there. But you did win today. Nick, thank you for playing, but not quite good enough today against Woodsy. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back on a Friar Friday. The assistant general manager of the San Diego Padres, Josh Stein, is going to be with us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to talking to Josh Stein, but looking forward to telling you first about Eco Water and all the good that it can do for not only you and how good it tastes, but your home as well. You ever think about what's flowing through your pipes? We had to replace the shower head, after we got the Eco Water system because it had gotten all green. And so then we got the Eco Water system, got the new one in there. Looks like it came out of the box. It's amazing. Hard water isn't just hard on your skin. It's wrecking your plumbing, appliances, water heater if you ignore it. How about a whole home repipe? Could run you about $24,000. Just one of the many benefits of getting the Eco Water SoCal system in your home, keeping water soft since 1925. Nobody does it better. You will never find better tasting water. Clean water also deserves clean air. Eco Water SoCal has state-of-the-art air purification, removes 99.99% of pollutants. We've got pure water, fresh air, and a very happy family, all thanks to Eco Water SoCal. Get free in-home water test today. Try the Soft Life and alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Call 760-350-3338. 760-350-3338. Or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
It is a Friar Friday. The Padres are back in town hosting the Colorado Rockies tonight at Petco Park. Mike Scholl will join us next week, but we got a front office report for you this morning, and very excited to welcome back to the Ben & Woods program the assistant general manager of the San Diego Padres. He's been with the organization for 20 years, been an assistant GM since even before A.J. Preller was general manager, so he knows where all the skeletons are buried at Petco Park. Josh Stein is with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Josh, good to talk to you again this morning.
Yeah, great to be on. Great to talk to you guys. And yeah, I'm not sure where those skeletons are, but yeah,
allegedly
there might be a couple of them.
Allegedly, I got a text this morning. I'm going to keep it private. He said, "Hey, make sure you ask." And before we get to the hard hitting stuff, he said, "Make sure you ask Steiner about his hat size." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Let's put it this way. You thought Bruce Bochy got the biggest hat?" He said, "They don't make hats big enough for Steiner. That's why you've never seen him in a hat." What are we talking here? We talking like 9?
You got some inside information.
I did.
There. So yeah, the Stein heads are they're kind of somewhat
legendary.
Mine is not that big. I think I'm in the upper sevens.
Okay, that's normal. That's normal.
7-8. But yeah, I do have a father with a very large head that and somewhat of a legend. He's in the upper 8, so even bigger than our former manager Bruce Bochy.
Wow, upper 8 is huge. That is a big dome. Because I was like, I've hung out with Josh before.
Yeah, it's fairly normal looking. Yeah.
Normal to me.
Bruce Bochy, you notice the head. You do notice the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Dr. Marty Stein, larger
impressive
than Bruce Bochy.
Impressive. All right, I want to start because first of all, congratulations on the Jackson Merrill contract extension for the front office. It's being heralded around baseball as a great team-friendly deal. We'll see how it plays out, obviously, but fans are excited that Jackson going to be here for the long haul, like so many of your key players. But what struck me actually was at the news conference where A.J. Preller introduced the contract and had Jackson Merrill up there. And AJ's done this before. He had to thank so many people, in the organization, Nick Ennis, scouts who had been working on this process for a long time. AJ he knows everybody. Does that make it like working for AJ, knowing how much he seems to really appreciate everybody in the organization? Is that one of his real strengths?
Yeah, I think without question. I mean, anyone that's worked for AJ, I think knows just how much he values, all the different aspects of the baseball operation. Whether it's, the scouts out, pounding the pavement, looking for the next player, the coaches, the trainers, strength and conditioning coaches, and really from top to bottom. And AJ's brand and the way he leads and manages is really to involve a lot of people in his process and in his decision making. So there's a lot of conversations whenever decisions like an extension for a young player is considered and contemplated, and it's certainly not one that's made in a short amount of time. And so yeah, like a contract extension for Jackson Merrill or a player of that caliber is one that requires a lot of people, a lot of insight, and it really is a big win, organizationally for, top to bottom. And I think, my hunch and sense is when AJ's up there, just recounting, the day that we first laid eyes on Jackson as an organization, the scouts that were there, the coaches that, put a lot into his development, to ultimately those that were involved in negotiating a contract. It is that, entire organizational effort, and yeah, people definitely feel a part of it.
Talking to Josh Stein, Assistant General Manager of the Padres here on Ben and Woods this morning. And Josh, I think you could do a great service to the city of San Diego and put everyone's mind at ease and let everybody know that, Fernando Tatis Jr. feeling great, back in the lineup tonight. Jake Cronenworth feeling great, back in the lineup tonight. Now, AJ never breaks news on this show. It's kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can really
make your own mark.
Yeah, make your mark.
Unless he's under strict orders.
Yeah, I can step out. I'm gonna toe the line and stick with my boss on that one.
I hear you.
I've not seen the lineup tonight yet, so not certain. But yeah, both guys I know. I think the off day was important. We'll get in there, here today and really assess where they're both at physically. But I think the good news is, at least, heading into the off day, we were optimistic that we'd avoided, too much in the way of a major injury. So
good.
Josh, AJ always says, well, really every general manager always says, it takes more than a 26-man roster to be successful. It takes the full 40-man roster, and you guys have already dipped into it, calling up Oscar Gonzalez. Had a nice game, helped you guys win in Sacramento on Wednesday. There are also other guys who had good springs who are there at AAA. Can you give us an update on, Connor Joe, Jonathan Perlaza, Trenton Brooks? I mean, these are guys who could, at some point, help your squad this season on the big league level.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a big, obviously, I think it's an area of focus for every team, but, and certainly for us in the last few years has been to try and really, ensure that we've got as much depth as possible. We know injuries are going to occur. We know, there's going to be underperformance at different points in a major league season. And so, yeah, whether it's, some of the kind of players that are on the 40-man roster, you mentioned, like a Connor Joe is really great depth to have right now. But yeah, Pete DeYoung and the pro scouting department go out and really identify a lot of 6-year free agents. And you mentioned a couple in Perlaza and Trenton Brooks. I think we were pleasantly surprised that Eggy Rosario cleared waivers and is still in the organization. So we feel very good about kind of the depth that we have in AAA, and they're gonna go out and perform. It's an offensive environment, but I think that it's really more the comfort I think Mike Schilt and the coaches have in calling down to a number of those guys that performed well in spring training, but also I think really took to heart a lot of what's being preached and taught up and down our system, and so yeah, I do feel good about the depth if and when we need to go down and use it.
Josh Stein joins us on Ben and Woods this morning. I don't know if you've had a chance to. I mean, you're already inside the clubhouse and you're inside baseball, so I don't know that you want to go sit down and watch a full Netflix special about the inner workings of the Boston Red Sox, but maybe you guys did. It's really well done. It's on Netflix. It's called the Clubhouse or Inside the Clubhouse. It's really, really good. But it's got a lot of people talking, seeing, hey, this is how we attack hitters, and this is how we're developing our young pitching. Have you guys ever been approached to do anything like that? And would you guys ever do something like that?
That's a good question. I've always heard murmurs of discussions about that. I'm not sure if we've ever been kind of formally approached. We have joked about what the scenes would be. It'd basically be AJ Preller dribbling a basketball on the phone with with myself and about 20 others. But yeah, I think that those are interesting shows. I obviously have watched Hard Knocks, and I remember when there's a couple baseball teams that I think might have been the Giants and the Marlins had a show back in the day. But I have not seen this one on the Red Sox yet. I know it just came out, and a lot of people are talking about it.
You know, it's baseball's such a from every level, by the way, like not just the big leagues. It's a paranoid culture. I mean, truly, like little league.
No
dads.
offense,
No
Josh.
offense. I mean, I get it. It's a paranoid culture, and it's like if I got an edge and they know about my edge, then I've just lost the edge, and so I'm surprised at how in depth they got. Would you guys do you feel personally? Man, I don't know that I'd want to give away what our pitching coach is, what Ruben's actually saying to, Joe Musgrove and Dylan Cease back there.
I go back and forth. I mean, I think that sometimes I agree with you. I think sometimes these, information's held as if it was, a state secret or nuclear codes, and really, it's just, it's basic information. I think that, by and large, I think the best teams, yes, you do have, probably the best or near the best information, but, so much of information, data, is really, I don't want to say it's the same across all 30 teams, but you certainly have all 30 teams investing and looking for edges, with analytics and sports science and information. And I think that, what sometimes gets lost and, is that the best teams really the ones that can apply it, can find ways to get it, whether it's into a decision-making process in the draft, into a, strategy at the major league level, into, coaching, maybe a pitcher's delivery or a hitter's swing. So, that's really where I'd say the secret sauce is in the application. And so, to the extent that like these shows maybe show some of that, that might be giving up something. But the data itself, they're probably not going to be talking too much about anything new that they've necessarily developed.
Josh is, as a fan, obviously the season started, so we're all in with every game, living and dying. And I know you guys are as well. And if there's any moves you need to make, they get made during the course of the season. But as a front office, what's the focus right now? Is it kind of the draft already coming up and, scouting colleges and high schools at this point? Like as a front office, this time of year, where's the real focus on at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, this is really like go time for a baseball operation, and I guess by extension a front office. So, we've got Chris Kemp and our amateur scouting group going full bore. This is really, this is the season. Some of these high school seasons are pretty short in different parts of the country. And then you've obviously got college baseball, in full swing, and we've got our minor league seasons. All of our full season affiliates are now underway. And then obviously the big league team. So this is probably these few months, before the draft are really, kind of where your scope is as wide as it can be in terms of the different areas that you're focused on. Me in particular, I mean, I definitely help and assist in a bunch of different areas of the organization, but, primarily my focus is on the major league team and the roster and ensuring that, that Mike has everything that he needs, on a day-to-day basis.
What's the weirdest time that AJ Preller's ever called you?
The weirdest time.
Yeah.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, there he is. Right now.
There you go. Yeah.
Like 3 a.m.
I get some morning calls. I mean, the one that we still laugh about is, and I think he even talked about it publicly when we made the signing, but we were having a lot of trouble identifying a third baseman many years ago, and we were trying to make some trades, and we were just finding that the asking prices to be far too high, and it was definitely somewhere in the 3 to 4 a.m. window, and it was at the winter meetings, and got a phone call, and he said, basically, screw this. Why don't we try and sign Manny Machado? Yes. And I was a little bit dazed by it, but I said, yeah, it's a great idea. Let's think about that. And so that was probably one of the more I'd say interesting times and interesting conversations with AJ.
It's one of those where you might fall back asleep and you wake up and you go, did he? No. Did I dream that? Did he actually wants us to go out and sign Manny Machado to play third base?
Who's going to call Ron Fowler?
Yeah, who's going to call and ask for that money?
The thing with AJ though, it's not like a throwaway line. I mean, it wasn't like a 1 minute conversation. We actually talked about it at whatever time it was, and woke up and started actually thinking about how we might be able to make it happen.
Boy, did you guys ever make it happen. The rest is history.
As
Love
they
it.
say. Josh,
Thank you, man.
it sounds like it's a busy time, so we'll let you get back to work. Appreciate you spending a few minutes with us this morning.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys down at the ballpark.
All right, buddy.
That was a legendary story. I don't think I had heard that story from AJ, but I don't think he'll get in trouble, hopefully, for telling it. But we can react to that. Got a couple minutes left this hour. We'll do that after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Eliminate Termite, the orange oil experts. We still have a few problems here. One of them is this crash in the North County, stop on 15 before Valley Parkway. It's being cleared into the center divide. Now an accident on westbound 8 before the 805. Those vehicles are over the right shoulder. Accident clearing on westbound King Freeway just before Kelton. Motorcycle involved in that. And we've got a stalled car on the Imperial Avenue on-ramp to northbound 805. Have termites? Eliminate Termite inspects, treats, and repairs termite damage, all with a full structural warranty. Their orange oil treatment is safe for people, pets, and the planet. No tent, no move out. Protect your home naturally. Schedule a free inspection at eliminatetermite.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I'm just trying to think of who else were they looking to try to trade for back then. We can try to trade for, Jorge Polanco or something. And
Mike Moustakas.
Why don't we just sign Manny Machado? That would solve all of our problems pretty easily, actually.
Just get
all
him.
it takes is money.
Let's just get him.
Let's just go get him. And they went and they got him.
AJ's told the story, too, about meeting Manny in that restaurant in Miami and bringing in that giant binder of information and sitting there for 6 hours and eating, lunch and dinner, essentially, and drinking coffee and just chopping it up about baseball. And like you said, man, the rest is history. That's great, though. I'm tired. Everybody wants these prospects. They want this. Let's just go get Manny. Crazy.
You were somewhat misled on Josh Stein's hat size.
Yeah,
he's a large head, but not historically large. That's his dad.
Do you know who gave me that info?
You said you were
Chris Foster.
Of course.
Hey, buddy, you want to be an insider? Why don't you bring some good information? Hey, man, I got a great tip for you. Ask him about his size 12 head. We're about
biggest noggin you ever seen.
Never seen anything like it.
I've met the guy many times, and
me too.
Doesn't look like he has an abnormally large
trust
head.
Trust me. Ask him about his hat. You dumps.
Well, that's the last time we run with anything.
Ever. I'm an idiot for even thinking it was accurate information. Somebody hit him.
I'm going to yell in his
Should I
backswing.
uninvite him to golf today?
Yell in his backswing, but also hit him in the shin with your putter. Oh, my bad. Right in the shin. Dang it, Paulie. Watch that thing. God. Of course it was Foster. Hey, make sure you do this. Listen, buddy. You want to be an insider? Bring in. It's like Jeff Passan, giving us the wrong information. Come on, man.
I think you can trust Passan just a little bit more.
I know. I swear to God, dude. Swear. So yeah, drag him up and down the course today. Fart in his backswing for sure. He goes back and just.
Good try on the that Tatis and Cronenworth.
Thank you. I tried
info, but baseball teams, as we've said, very secretive.
I've got this app. It's like a blowhorn.
Yeah. Oh yes.
If Bud Black knew this morning, they know he's listening.
Why do you have that?
In case I need to use it in Foster's backswing. There's a couple other ones.
Josh Stein said, they're probably going to give Tatis another day. Bud Black is completely rethinking his game plan for tonight. Right now, he's got that edge.
That's true.
Of a few hours to plan.
They know Buddy's listening right now. Buddy's right down the road. Probably
call in, Buddy. 833-288-0973 on your way down to Petco Park this morning.
I've seen Buddy at the Vons in Solana Beach 50 times. He's always at Vons. I guess I am too.
Apparently. He's got it. He's got a grocery shop, Woods.
Yeah, he comes home from the road. She's like, get to work, dude. Go to the grocery store.
All right, we've got a Reindl Report coming up to kick off our 9 o'clock hour, and then in-season Sammy all ahead with Ben & Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Thanks again to Padres Assistant General Manager Josh Stein for joining us on a Friar Friday. We'll have in-season Sammy getting ready for his weekend of pre- and post-game shows coming up at 9:35. Before we get to the Reindl Report, quick update on the Masters. Anyone interested? Anyone? Just me? I'll do this for my own edification. Justin Rose still leading. He is at 8 under, 1 under through 10 holes today. Bryson DeChambeau has moved up 3 under today, 6 under for the tournament. 2 back, and then a whole bunch of guys at 4 under, including Scotty Scheffler, who hasn't teed off yet today. Looking down the list, Rory McIlroy is 1 under on his round, 1 under on the tournament. Xander Schauffele, 2 under today through 7 holes. He is into red figures at 1 under for the tournament as well. And I can't wait for Fred Couples to tee off. He's off in about 10 minutes. Shot a 1 under par.
My man.
71 yesterday. He's 65 years old.
The GOAT.
Second oldest player ever to break par at the Masters. And such a cool guy. We got to meet him briefly a couple of years ago when he was at the GOAT for the Wishbone Brawl. Very cool.
Watching him hit was like, truly, like watching him hit on the range, 3 feet behind him was like, oh, here's Pablo Picasso. He's going to paint you a picture. It was crazy to watch live and in person. And he couldn't have been cooler. Could not have been cooler. One of the highlights of doing this show with you guys was getting a chance to meet and chop it up with Freddie.
Him flopping that ball over that 100-foot
tree. Oh my God!
Paulie, he was basically at the base of the tree.
I didn't think it was a possibility. I go, he's going to have to punch it under here. He's got no chance to go over. Just as easy as possible.
He looked at it and snickered, and then walked up and was like, and it, right over the
tall tree.
It was right on it.
It was only like 15 yards from the green. I'm going, you can't get a ball up that fast.
It was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
It's so easy. It's like watching a magician. You're like, whoa, wow, where did that come from? He's brilliant. I love him. I hope he freaking shoots another 1 under today. Maybe 5
Makes
under.
the cut right now. The cut line's at 1 over. So, hey,
let's go,
get
Freddie.
To the weekend. Let's go, Freddie.
Be amazing.
All right, let's get some headlines today from Paulie, a little early edition of the Reindl Report. And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Paulie.
Let's start in the NFL. I thought this was kind of fascinating. Little inside media information here. So Mel Kiper Jr. for ESPN. This is the big season for him. Getting ready for the NFL draft. He's like their top. Him and Todd McShay. I don't know if Todd McShay is still with ESPN anyways, but you'd always see those 2 guys on the desk for.
Is he one of the guys that got hired by a team?
Todd McShay?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he left ESPN, but Mel Kiper Jr., you will see him on every ESPN channel or television show for the next couple of weeks, breaking down the draft, mock draft. I think it's personally kind of boring, but this is a guy who this is his time of the year on the calendar where you will be seeing a lot of him. And he sat down with SI Media podcast, hosted by Jimmy Traina. where they do a little bit of the kind of behind the scenes sports media stuff. And they asked him about a claim that Todd McShay, his coworker, made a year ago that said that Mel Kiper Jr. doesn't have a cell phone.
That can't be.
This is a top NFL insider, draft expert, talks to a lot of coaches and scouts to get all this information for his mock drafts where he goes 3 for 30 or whatever it is.
Like they all do. And he's like one of the best.
What does he do?
He said, so that was McShay. And so they asked him about that this week on the podcast. And Kiper said, he was a little inaccurate. I do have a cell phone. I just don't use it. Todd McShay said he has instead 4 separate landlines.
Oh my God.
And so Kiper went on and
hello, darling.
He said he has a phone.
Mel Kiper Jr. here.
He says at most, maybe once a day. If he's on the road, maybe a couple of times a day. He says, I have my wife's cell phone that I use a lot because those texts come to both of us, probably family and personal texts. And then I have my own cell phone that I stash away that I bring to the draft or when I go out or wherever I go, I'll take that one with me. But it's not ever like just sitting next to me out in plain sight. There's no cell phone here. There's never a cell phone around me because I don't want to be distracted by it. Nobody needs me that desperately. If they do, Kim is right there.
Don't
with
they
me.
at that time of year? Don't they?
He's not a breaking news guy, but again,
he says when I'm working. I don't want to have a phone to worry about or somebody texting me. I do worry about emails, but he does that on his computer.
Isn't his job like contacting people,
Right.
asking them about players?
Spencer, operator, get me football 64. Operator, put me through to the Las Vegas Raiders, please.
I thought for a second you were going to say he just writes letters all the time to people.
Dearest coach,
dearest scout,
what were you thinking in the 4th round in the 12th pick?
Like it's kind of a nothing.
Sincerely yours, Mel Kiper
I will
Jr.
wait your reply with eager anticipation.
I have enclosed a self-addressed stamped envelope for you. All you need to do is write me back.
It's funny you bring this up because I saw this story yesterday from the Masters. They don't allow cell phones on the property. No patrons can they have to leave them in the car. So they have this bank, a couple of them, banks of public phones where you can make calls at Augusta. And there's young fans who, like teenagers and younger, have never seen a
payphone,
a corded phone in their lives, and they're like, "This is such a novelty." You can call mom, and they go and they pick up the phone. Guess what happens? They have no idea what their number is because no one knows what anyone's phone number is.
We were watching. Oh, it's funny because we mentioned early in the show my kids were watching Coming to America, right? Yes. Well, we were watching it the other night. They love it, and Cleo McDowell is talking on a telephone that looks like a burger. So he's on the phone talking on the burger phone.
Yeah.
Taylor goes, Dad, if I'm really good, will you get me one of those? I was like, yeah, but I don't get anywhere to plug it, dude. I'll get you a burger phone.
Do they even put like phone jacks in the walls of houses anymore?
Phone jack. I mean, I think our internet, it plugs in now.
Yeah,
I think it plugs in. I think it's like
the LAN cord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
if I'm really good. I guess we're not going to have to worry about that with his recent behavior, but yes, if you're really good, I'll get you a cheeseburger phone somehow. I'll find one somewhere. So good.
Ultimately, it's a nothing story, but I was fascinated by like a top NFL insider like that with all the connections that he makes and all the information he has to gather, doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't use it. Crazy.
But 4 landlines almost feels worse. Like, which one's ringing? Like, do they have lights on them? Do they have different rings?
He says he checks his email every couple hours, but text and phone calls, if it's important, it comes through the landline.
That's so good.
Weird.
That's so good. What a weirdo.
Remember how harsh the rings were?
Oh, God. Scared you to death.
Worst.
Oh, that's so good.
All right. In Major League Baseball and World Baseball, it was announced yesterday by USA Baseball that Mark DeRosa will manage the United States once again in the World Baseball Classic. He led them to the championship game. Was that 2 years ago now?
3 or 4.
2023.
Lost to Japan in the final.
Yep.
Lost to Japan. Ohtani striking out Trout.
Yep.
So Mark DeRosa going to lead the United States again. United States only won once.
Listen to this. You buried the lead.
I've got it right here.
Oh, you got it. Why would he not tell us this?
I don't know.
On a big league Wednesday.
So Mark DeRosa has to fill out his coaching staff. He
Yeah.
asked a couple of teammates. Matt Holliday going to be on the staff, and one Skip Schumacher,
All right,
who we
so-
just talked to on Wednesday.
Let me lay this out for you. Matt Holliday, Skip Schumacher, and Mark DeRosa. The hottest threesome of coaches that has ever been in the game of baseball.
WBC
A
coaching
threesome
calendar
would be fun.
A threesome would be fun. Have you ever seen three bigger face men than those three guys? Those three guys standing with their arms folded watching the game? Are you kidding me? I wouldn't be able to play. Maybe it's part of their strategy to just lull the
Distract the-
opponent asleep because they're so handsome.
Handsomeness.
All three of them. My God.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get, if they add somebody, like who's the pitching? You got to get Andrew Bailey, in my opinion. That should be your guy to coach the pitching. A handsome dude, too. Nothing against Ruben. I love Ruben.
Usually, anyone with an active on-field job is
Yeah.
kind of ineligible because they're too busy
Look
to
at
coach
that.
the WBC.
What a coaching staff.
Yeah.
Whew. Man.
Well, good luck to Team USA. When's is it next spring?
Next spring. Oh, we're in for it, man. Remember this?
Yeah.
Remember how it goes? Trying to
Spring
plot
training.
and plan everything.
They're gonna
Oh
be
my
gone,
God!
like
The
2 weeks into
players,
spring training,
you're a
lose
nervous
Manny, you
wreck
lose
about it.
Tatis, you lose
You lose a lot of guys.
the Padres lose a lot of guys.
Luis Arise, assuming he's here, but
Manny,
yeah,
Darvish.
they need Gabe Kapler. That's the last one that they're missing from that team, and then we just destroy.
Who, by the
it.
way, is just in like a senior
Yeah, he
advisor
could do it.
role.
He
He
could
can
definitely do it, for
absolutely,
sure.
Yep.
if he's not already in talks. And then finally, a little music for you guys to wrap up the weekend. Coachella does start tonight. We can talk about that if you'd like. But
Wow.
a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and all of the nominees. And we do have an update on fan voting standings. Now, I don't know how much weight the fan vote has. I'm sure it's not only the fan vote.
Right. Usually it's about 0.1%, but yeah.
But I was a little bit surprised. So there are 12 or so names on the ballot, and there are 7 names that are in yellow, meaning they currently would have enough votes to get in.
Okay.
Fish is far and away leading the charge.
Okay.
They are number
Their
one.
fans
Happy
are,
day for AJ Cassavell.
Yep. Their fans are very, very busy and
Yep.
active fan base.
Bad Company is in second.
It's amazing to me.
Billy Idol
I
is
like
the
Bad
third
Company.
most votes,
Really?
Billy Idol, yeah.
I would
followed
voted
by
Billy Idol.
Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden right below her,
Nice.
Joe Cocker, and then
Doo-doo
just
voice.
qualifying with enough votes as of now, Chubby Checker,
Chubby Checker.
which I know we talked about him
How about
last time.
Joe Cocker singing The Twist? Come on, baby. Let's do the
I was
twist.
reading about Joe Cocker doing some Take on Woods research. Most of his, or all of his hits, they're all just covers. He just sings.
Yeah.
But
I get by with a little help.
it's better
from
than the
my
Beatles
friends.
version. It really is.
Are you out of your
Oh, I think
ever-loving
so.
mind?
Really?
But-
No.
Better than the Beatles version?
I don't know. I
Oh,
loved
it's
it.
so good.
Wonder
Well,
Years, the theme
great.
song. It's great.
Now listen to this. Okay, so Fish, Bad Company, Billy Idol, Cyndi Lauper, Soundgarden, Joe Cocker, Chubby Checker. If the voting ended now,
Chubby
according to the
Checker
fans,
is just cruising
they're
on this
in.
one. He's just
2 songs.
two. And one was a variation of the other one.
Listen to the names that don't have enough votes.
Okay.
Again, as of now, this could change. Black Crowes.
Okay, love them.
This is in order, by the way. So the Black Crowes have just missed the cut. Mariah Carey,
All right.
Joy Division, and New Order.
Oh, that's a sin.
come
the
on.
White
That is a
Stripes,
sin.
Outcast, Oasis, and
Oh.
Mana.
Who?
Anna? Mana?
Mana?
M-A-N-A?
Do you like Meatloaf? I like real Meatloaf.
Well, I like real Meatloaf.
I love real Meatloaf.
too.
But the singer, I don't.
I mean,
Kinda like
it was invented as a way to stretch, your
Your
ground
meat.
beef a little further. with
Stretch your meat
filler,
a little further.
but it's really good.
It's
that
epic.
way. Yeah.
It's so good. So good.
I like meatloaf sandwiches.
I don't like a meatloaf sandwich. I
What?
just like regular meatloaf.
But
I
no,
don't-
not in
I
a
don't need any
sandwich.
extra bread on it. I'm good on
because
it.
there's already bread inside.
Yeah.
of it.
It just like I wouldn't grill up a ribeye and put it between 2 pieces of bread. That's how I feel about meatloaf.
Huh.
That makes sense?
What do you like it with? Ketchup?
Ketchup.
A1?
Yeah, sure.
Mashed potatoes.
Yes. I like you ever had Heinz 57? Severely underrated
It is good. Yeah,
sauce.
it is good.
I don't ever get it, but I have put it on meatloaf before. It's really good.
What were we talking
Oh,
about?
we were talking. the Rock and Roll Hall of
We're
Fame.
so easily distracted by food.
Coachella though, Paulie, tonight.
Starts tonight. I think it actually technically started
So I've never
yesterday
been.
now.
Never been.
No
never
kidding.
plan to.
You're
Really?
joking.
What do you do?
Drugs, alcohol,
Okay.
sex.
So no,
All of
but
it.
like really. So let's say you're going to Coachella.
Okay.
You got all 3 days.
Okay.
Passes.
All right.
So you're driving into Indio on
Probably
a Friday.
already there or on your way this morning,
So
right?
you're
Correct.
going early, like okay. So then you go park like in a field somewhere.
No,
or
I mean, okay. What are you staying in a house? Are you tenting out
Airbnb
there?
or you tent?
You
People
can.
tent.
I would never. But I don't know how they do it. It's
And
I
Ar-
had friends
is
that
it
would
like
do
an
that at
RV lot?
Stagecoach,
Is
and then
it-
they banned it at Stagecoach. I don't know if they still allow camping at Coachella.
they do.
They
you
do.
can still camp. At
Is there like an
Coachella.
RV lot? If you have like a
Yeah.
RV, you can live in your RV.
Yep. So what we would do?
It must be hard to find hotel rooms and Airbnbs. Really expensive.
It's expensive, but
like
they're-
how many people? Like what's
they're
the
there.
capacity?
For what?
Coachella, like one night
How
at
many
Coachella.
people? I don't know.
50,000?
maybe more.
It's like a stadium's worth of people.
It's huge.
All multiple stages all around. It's like it's a grassy field or
and dirt.
grass and dirt.
It says
It's
the
badass.
Polo
And
Club in Indio up to 90,000 guests.
90,000.
It's crazy.
And they got concession stands and different stages, like in the corners, so they don't bleed the sound over into. Are they playing at the same time or
Yeah,
different
there's
times,
bands that
or
play at the same time.
far enough away that they're not. It's just not.
No,
some-
you hear
all
can
of the
hear
sounds at
yeah,
once?
it's just it's a scene. Look, when the bands are good, it's like
And then they
so
play.
fun.
When does the concert start?
It'll start in the afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
And then go deep into the night.
Deep into the
Not
night.
too- okay.
I remember watching a band called Crosses, which is Chino from Deftones' band. I remember watching them till like 2 a.m. and then going home after
So
that.
I'm looking at the schedule. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stages or areas where there will be music. But the main stage, like where Lady Gaga will be on tonight, for example, she goes on. It's scheduled for 11:10, so I would guess probably like 11:30.
11 p.m.
Yep. The first act on the
West
main
Coast
stage
time.
starts at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So it's going all
She doesn't go
day
on
long.
until after 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
my
they
God.
stream it on YouTube. I'm sure me and my wife.
And then
will
you
have
come
it
back
on.
and do it again the next day.
They don't. The
No,
same
no, but
artists
the-
don't, but the people do.
But the people do.
Yeah.
The fans come back.
I've never made it all 3 days. Never once have I attended all 3 days. My plan was usually this: go Friday, go real hard Friday, Saturday, wake up, lay by the pool, do my interviews at the house, and then be like, I'm not going tonight, and then go Sunday for a while. I never went all 3 days at one time. Never once. I couldn't make it.
Does everyone then congregate around the main stage when the biggest acts are on?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just a huge
It's
crowd.
crazy, dude.
Okay.
It is crazy. It's so much fun. I mean, if you love the bands, it's just a blast. It's just the most fun that I've ever had. But when the bands were bad, it wasn't so fun. It was not so fun to go out there and suffer through it.
It sounds like my worst nightmare.
I actually think you would have a really good time.
Why?
Because we
What
would
would
have a
be-
good time together.
Yeah.
The people watching, it's next level.
Okay, I like
it's
people
so
watching.
much, and the food is actually really good. I don't know. I've never eaten
Is
there.
it?
Oh, yeah, I've never eaten there.
What do you
I've
mean?
heard it's great.
Where did you eat?
I didn't. No eat, no sleep. Just going right after it. It's
Appetite suppressant.
it's a freaking blast. I mean, I couldn't do it at 50, but boy, at 42, I could.
I couldn't do it at 20. I
It was-
promise you.
I never know what direction they're going with the lineup.
I don't
year to
either.
year. I at least recognize like
The headliners you
12
recognize,
names,
yeah.
which is more than usual. It's usually like 5 or 6 that I even like have heard of.
Yep.
But yeah, Lady Gaga is headlining tonight, Green Day tomorrow, Post Malone on Sunday, and Travis Scott is also doing some stuff throughout the weekend. And then they do it again next week.
Next weekend, the
Same
double
lineup.
weekend. A lot of them will just stay out there and just relax and take that week in the desert as like a recharge.
Get some
or whatever.
business done in
Get
LA.
some business
nearby.
done. You can go play shows. They play little shows around too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm thinking tonight if you were driving in, Ben, you could go check out Mustard.
Mustard.
Pete Tong is also playing tonight.
Pete Tong.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like a piton. Like
Saint John. No vowels.
No vowels. Well,
4 bats.
I like this one on Saturday nights. Bob Villain. VYLAN.
Infected Mushroom also playing Saturday, Ben. So you go.
Everybody must get stoned.
Medium build.
Biabadoobie.
Biabadoobie?
Biabadoobie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like saying that. That's fun. Biabadoobie. Biabadoobie.
Save that, Paulie.
Interplanetary criminal.
Yep.
Blonde redhead, the Viagra boys.
Mute.
The Circle Jerks are playing, Ben.
Ooh.
Tin liquor. Hardly know
I
her.
wouldn't lick tin.
Ginger root.
Well, I put that in my tea.
Kneecap.
I've never felt so old my whole life. Still Woozy is playing. That actually sounds like me.
Prison Affair.
Yeah, Prison Affair. It feels real good. Yeah, well, listen, if you're going out to Coachella, have fun and be careful. And bring a bandana to cover your mouth from the imminent sandstorm that will hit, and it hits every single year while you're walking home, like whipping through the desert. It's a blast.
We've got to check traffic, and Sammy, in-season Sammy's going to join us. We'll talk more Padres baseball and get you ready for the weekend coming up at Petco Park. It is all ahead on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, I want to tell you about SDFatLoss.com. Summer is right around the corner. This is the time. You talked about this is the busy time for baseball front office people. This is the time when you want to lose weight. Get in shape now and then enjoy it during the summer. When you're wearing your T-shirts and your shorts and feeling good about yourself, you can lose weight fast and healthy and sustainably with SDFatLoss.com. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days following the program. Really wasn't that hard. Once I got into the groove, a few days, I was like, okay, I can do this. And I did. I lost the weight. I have kept the weight off eating regular foods from the grocery store. You can buy them with Bud Black at Vons. Steak, chicken, whatever it is that you like, they can set you up with a program that's easy to follow and easy to maintain with no exercise necessary, no drugs or injections. You don't have to buy anything like meals or shakes or bars. Simply go to SDFatLoss.com to schedule your free consultation and take advantage of the spring special by getting $200 off already really affordable program, especially considering what you get out of it. A new you, less pain, just feeling better, more energy, all the stuff that comes with losing weight. Do it today at SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
This hour of Bennett Woods is brought to you by Frozen Ropes San Diego. Hey, parents, here's a message from Coach Kurt at Frozen Ropes. Is your child 6 to 12 years old? If so, then Baseball Summer League is the perfect fit for your player. Starting June 16th through August 17th, Summer League includes 8 practices and 8 games. Register by April 30th and save $100. Go to SanDiegoFrozenRopes.com. Well, I've got some good news for big believers in reverse jinxes. Do we have any of those in the studio? Anyone believing in reverse jinxes?
Yes.
Mr. playing all the Rockies highlights at the start of our show today. So yesterday, I did the story quickly on 10 News. We announced a partnership. We are bringing what is, I think, going to be a pretty cool event to Front Wave Arena this fall. It's called the SI Women's Games. Sports Illustrated is partnering with us, EW Scripps Sports, and Ion. It's basically like a Ryder Cup 6-day, 6 different sports, professional, like women's athletes coming in, basketball, volleyball, flag football, gymnastics, tennis. Each day, different people come in. You score points for your team. They do prize money. It's going to be all at Front Wave Arena. And I think it's going to be really cool.
That's awesome.
Especially for, young women who have got to get to meet some of their heroes that are going to be in town. Great event. October 28th through November 2nd. It would be opposite the World Series. So the only thing that could really ruin this event would be the Padres making the World Series. Would just be a disaster. So hopefully we have scheduled this and guaranteed our event's a disaster because the Padres made the World Series.
My wife.
Reverse jinx right there for you.
When's the World Series again?
It's October, right at the same thing, like October 26th through the 2nd. So yeah, exactly opposite the World Series.
I am taking a team back out to Arizona this year. Running back.
You are? You haven't done that in a while.
Haven't done it in a while. My old A's team. We're going to run it back just one more time. One more one more ride into the sunset, and it's October 22nd through October 26th.
Well, you'll be back just in time for the World
Just
Series. You
in
might
case.
miss game 6 or 7 of the NLCS.
I'll call in.
Thanks.
We won't need 6 or 7 in the NLCS.
Well,
we'll sweep it.
Woods' perfect
Or 5.
world is sweep the NLCS, have a few days off
Go
until
play
the World
baseball.
Series, go play baseball,
Come back and go to the World Series.
The World Series.
Well,
What's so hard about that?
yeah, super easy. Is that too much to ask for?
Oh yeah, the Padres won.
I
If
feel
you
like
sing this
in 4,
wrong, your
apparently.
team got smoked. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right, the Padres won. Oh yeah, the Padres won.
That's a long sounder.
It is a long one.
Very long
It
sounder.
is. Good luck, everybody.
It's funny.
It is funny. Hope they win tonight.
Please win.
Please win.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in reverse jinxes, but I felt that was the first thing I brought up in the meeting yesterday because, that those dates are opposite the World Series.
Chris Ello actually booked a 6-week cruise. I was laughing so hard last year in the playoffs. He's like, "Don't ask. My wife booked this thing. Please shut up. Don't talk about it." Yeah, he's hiking the Swiss Alps from October 1st through November 1st next year.
All right, we've got in-season Sammy's going to join us in our final segment. We'll preview the series against the Colorado Rockies. All coming up next. And I see people calling in. That was the sounder to win the Padres Cubs tickets for Monday in the Aloha shirt giveaway presented by Motorola. Get your tickets at padres.com/tickets for 40,000 fans on Monday. Going to get that Aloha shirt. We will be back. Final segment of Ben and Woods coming up next on 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Since we are somewhat food obsessed, Friday is always a good day to remind everybody that at 7 Mile Casino and at Sammy's, they have the award-winning Best in the South County brunch available Saturdays and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. They got the short rib, eggs Benedict. They've got the Choco chocolate chip pancakes, the full brunch experience. People seem to love it. And you can check it out this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, inside 7 Mile Casino.
Yeah, and while you're there, obviously sit down, play some California-style blackjack, some Pai Gow, some Baccarat, some Texas Hold'em. Got it all at 7 Mile Casino for you. Smoke-free environment, very friendly people, and, of course, the proximity to downtown San Diego. It's just 7 minutes away.
Yeah, team's back in town, so you can go pregame. It's open 24/7, so if in a night game, you can go postgame and enjoy some cards. Do love it there. So many different ways you can enjoy it with TVs all over the place. The patio, fantastic right there on San Diego Bay. Just hop on the 5. Go south toward Chula Vista. You get off, stay on the west side on Bay Boulevard, and you're right there at 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Isaac has claimed the tickets for Monday. Padres Cubs Aloha shirt giveaway at Petco Park. Everyone else, thank you for calling in. Didn't happen this time.
Sorry about it.
It's the good. I mean, obviously, it's good for us. We got a large tier 1 listening crew out there. Makes it harder to call in and win prizes.
It'd be a bad sign if every time we had a prize, it was like the same 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, they call in.
Only
and
once.
And I've seen a lot of new names up on our board lately, so appreciate any new tier 1s who are with us. We appreciate every single one of you out there.
Yep.
Thank you so much. We also appreciate Sam Levitt, who is our Padres pre- and post-game show host, in-season Sammy. Going to be joining us Fridays throughout the season. He's standing by and will join us after our last check traffic this morning with Kelly Danick.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Islands Restaurants. A couple of problems wrapping up our morning drive. Westbound 8 before the 805. A couple cars involved in a tangle. They're over the right shoulder. Looks like that could be in the clearing stage. And we've got an accident on the transition ramp south on 15 right at the 76. It's over the right shoulder. A couple vehicles involved. Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love, just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, let's welcome to the program our good friend, in-season Sammy, Sam Levitt, our Padres pre- and post-game show host. Good morning, Sammy.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning, Sammy. Benny, what's the phrase that we just talked about?
The best laid plans of mice and men gang off to glay, according to the Robert Burns poem, or the best laid plans. You just kind of let it trail off. They often go awry. You think you had good intentions.
Correct.
But it just doesn't work out.
And Sammy, getting you on the phone, I go, oh my God, I can't believe we forgot this. Now, you moved into a new place in OB, correct?
Correct.
First of all, how has your OB experience been?
Been great so far. I only moved a week before spring training.
How high are you right now? How stoned are you this very moment? This very second, how high is Sam Levitt?
Ganja, a.k.a. cannabis.
I am completely 100% sober on at 9:40 a.m. On Friday morning.
Okay.
But it's been a good experience. It's been fun. I haven't spent that much time here, and of course I came back and we got right into the season. So I haven't explored a ton, but Wednesday nights I've been off, so I've been, going down by the farmers market and hanging out by the water and perusing the local coffee shops, things like that. So I know OB pretty well already, but it's been great. I've enjoyed it so far. Apartment's good. Everything's good.
So I talked about best laid plans, and when you were at spring training, you mentioned to us that you really been enjoying the air fryer there, or you wanted to get an air fryer, and we decided we were going to get you an air fryer, and we totally forgot until just now when you got on the phone. Now, you haven't purchased an air fryer yet, right?
Well, it's funny you bring this up this morning, because last night I went to Walmart and I purchased my first ever air fryer.
Right. We'll just send you the cash. How much was it?
Dual action, 2-basket, 8-quart air fryer. I believe the name of it, let me look here, is the Ninja.
Oh yeah, the Ninja.
Foodie.
The Ninja Foodie.
Yeah,
That's the one I would've
Ninja
gotten, yeah.
Foodie. And I'm going to be doing dual frying action very shortly.
Send us the
But
receipt.
It's okay. I
It's
didn't
not
really
okay.
expect that. that the Ben & Woods program is
We-
going to
All right,
find.
hang on.
Stop.
We're gonna Venmo you.
I'm doing it right now. What's his Venmo?
What else do you need, Sammy? What else?
Oh, you want to come in a whole gift?
Yes. What else?
Let me just pay him for the air fryer, so I don't have to go buy anything.
I think it's easier if we just pay him for the air fryer at this point.
it's easier.
Sam, what is it? Samuel
While you
Levitt?
do that, I'm going to.
Sammy, what is your Venmo? Tell us over the air, please.
While you do that,
It's Sammy something. It's Sam
Yeah.
Levitt, Sammy Lev, something like that.
Something
Damn
like
it! I can't find
All
that.
right, I'm gonna give you my hot take that most of San Diego is going to despise me for.
Oh, great!
Here we go.
He's got a humiliation fetish.
I know. I can't do farmers markets anymore. We used to go, on Saturdays and go walk through them all, and I've been so many now. I can't do them anymore.
Oh, I thought you were going to do like a hot.
They're so
Fernando
popular with
Tatis
the the millennial set now. You just see everybody at the farmers markets on Saturday. I saw Sammy posting pictures from the OB with,
and you sneered at it.
Everybody with their crafts and their tents and
Why do
their
you hate
artisan.
local businesses
so
much?
I know it's
So
bad. I
much.
should be supporting them all.
Why do you hate local
And
artisans?
I just can't do it anymore. I can't do
You've
the
done your
farmers
ti-
market.
you've done
I've done
your
my
time.
time. I've done my farmers market time. I'm back to the supermarket again. I'm just sorry. I know it's bad.
Anything else that Sam likes that you want to crap on?
It's not just Sam. It's a whole generation now of farmers marketees, and I just can't do it anymore.
I still can't find his Venmo.
Well, I do understand they do get busy. Like the OB one does get very busy. I like the Little Italy one; it does get very busy.
Oh.
But it's a nice way to support some smaller. local business.
It is. But then I get indecisive. Like, which ones am I going to support? Because there's 92 tents, and like, okay, do I have to spend something at every single one of them?
All right, Sammy, I found it. How much was that air fryer?
It was. Do I have the receipt? I think it was somewhere around like $130.
Oh my God,
$130 fryer.
Splurging on a nice one.
Which,
no, that's fine. That's, that's reasonable.
I will say that was a little bit more expensive than the basic model, but I got sucked in by this dual frying action.
We would have gotten
the idea that I could have
We just did. We just got him the nice one. What
do you mean?
I just paid for him. I just bought Venmo.
Oh, you didn't have to do that.
It was our idea. We wanted to give you something to move in.
We would have gotten an even nicer one, actually, if you just waited.
You do a lot for
now,
this show.
Now, here's another thing for you. There have been rumblings of a housewarming get together at some point.
I'm going to pass on that, but I just got you the air fryer, so I'm off the hook.
We're
That's
going-
why I got
you
him the
guys-
air
you
fryer.
guys can make the invite
Enthusiastically,
list.
yeah. Woods and I are
You
going to
know?
go. We would love to be there, and
But we
then when
can't.
the time comes, we'll both go. We can't make it, Sammy. It's just a little too far from
Sammy,
Encinitas to get there.
Don't invite me to anything ever. All right? You've heard the show enough to know. Don't ask me to do anything
You know,
ever.
OB's not on the way to anything in San Diego, right?
But I did buy you the air fryer, so now I'm off the hook for the party. Ben, you owe me
Well,
$65.
All right. Well, you didn't have to, but thank you very, very
You're welcome,
much.
buddy. All right, let's talk some Padres
finally.
baseball. Now, I am admittedly a nervous wreck when the Colorado Rockies come to town, Sammy. But, on paper, they don't play baseball games on paper, as we are all well aware of. German Marquez happens to be on the bump tonight. He has dominated the Padres in his career. Now, I get it. Every year's a new team, but he's dominated some good Padres teams in the past, Sammy. I'm lucky that I have something to do tonight, that I don't have to sit and stew and watch every pitch of this game.
Yeah, look, Marquez is obviously somebody the Padres have seen a ton. You look at it last year. I was looking this up a little bit earlier. Despite the Padres winning 93 games last year, they went 5-8 against the Colorado Rockies, which is fairly remarkable. And the interesting part, and I didn't really remember this until I went and looked it up. The Padres in 2023 went 9-4 against them, which is so weird because
they were so mediocre that year.
Right. And they actually, now, a number of those wins came in September when they were playing a whole lot better. But it was weird to go back and look and say, wow, they actually did really well against the Rockies in 23 and then went 5-8 against them in a 93 win season last year. But you're right about German Marquez. Traditionally, he's been good at Petco Park. Traditionally, he's been pretty good against the Padres. Look, you look at some of the numbers. Guys have hit him well, which is interesting. I mean, Yuli Gurriel has hit 500 against them with a couple of home runs, so I would expect we'll see Yuli in the lineup tonight. Well, actually, I take that back. Probably, well, I don't know. That'll be an interesting one. Yeah, you know what? I first said, then I was like, well, hold on a second. Would that mean Gavin Sheets isn't in the lineup against the right-hander? That'll be interesting. He has good numbers against them. I'm curious if that means anything as far as tonight's lineup. We'll see. And obviously, we'll see what the deal is with Fernando and Jake and their status. But a lot of good numbers against Marquez. And look, a number of guys in this Rockies lineup that are swinging the bat well, whether you want to look at Ezekiel Tovar or Ryan McMahon or Brenton Doyle. So, as we know, the record with these guys does not mean a whole lot because they always seem to come to Petco Park and end up creating some havoc.
On the other hand, Sammy, I think this is a big series for the next two starting pitchers, Nick Pivetta and Kyle Hart, who are both coming off fairly disastrously bad outings. Pivetta went a little bit longer, but both trying to get back at home and reestablish themselves. Now, Pivetta's fine. He's not going anywhere, and I'm not too worried about him. But for Kyle Hart, he's kind of pitching for his big league career. They're not going to give him unlimited rope here at the start of the season when there are other guys in the minor leagues that they could give, starts to, like Stephen Kolek or even Logan Gillespie, who did such a nice job out of the bullpen that time out.
No, I think you're totally right, Ben. I mean, for Kyle Hart, it's going to be a really big start. Every start for him is going to be really significant because we know there are guys down at AAA that they can go dip into if Kyle Hart isn't getting the job done. Now, I felt coming out of spring training when I would talk to people about Hart, and this is before he threw a pitch for the Padres, the feeling on Kyle was they liked the upside. They thought there was potential, but that there wasn't going to be a lot of room for error, right, in his game. Like, he has to be fine. He has to have an outing kind of like what he had the first time out, where it's not going to be perfect. I don't think you're going to expect him to go out there and throw 6-7 shutout innings. But, hey, if you're going to give up home runs, give up solo home runs, limit base traffic, be smart out there. Don't make big mistakes. Don't, do things that could really cost you over the course of an outing. I just felt like they felt the margin for error was really fine with Kyle Hart. And then you look at the outing in Chicago, and that was a pretty good example of just things you can't do. You can't walk guys. You can't, throw 39 pitches and get 2 outs and allow a first inning like that to balloon. And especially with the wildness, I just think you can't let that happen. So I'm with you, Ben. It's going to be a big start for Kyle. Every outing for him, especially in the early part of the season, it's going to be significant because there are guys down at AAA that you can go get and give them a shot if need be. So we'll see. And with Pivetta, look, one was great and the other was not great. And we'll see what version of Pivetta we get tonight. And hopefully it's more like the first start against, again, a Rockies lineup that's not going to blow you away, but does have some dangerous hitters in it.
Will we get a chance to see you tomorrow, Sammy, when we're down at that suite? You going to stop by?
You are down. You are at the Odyssey Suite tomorrow?
No, the other one.
Entertainment
Suite.
Suite
down at the team store.
Yeah, come by.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fill me in. I might have missed this earlier.
Oh, maybe Adam forgot to include you.
Well, he's working tomorrow. I mean, we're not working.
Hold on. There's something at the team store tomorrow?
Like the suite.
The suite. That's
did I just step in it?
No, I mean, well, now it's too late now.
Adam
Sammy's
comes running down the hall.
Sammy's
He's
gonna
not
see us.
invited.
He's not invited.
No, the Padres wanted us to try some of the new food items with the chef's going to come down and cook up all of his new stuff that you've already tasted, but we're going to go and taste them all. We're going to sit in that suite that's in the left field corner there at the bottom of the Western Metal Supply Company, which is actually called the Entertainment Suite, where you go in through the team store. And we're going to be at the game tomorrow night, so you can come down and say hi. We'll let you in.
I did see that during the tour, and I think they just kind of redid some of that over there. So
totally redone.
Oh, I 100% will come by.
All right, good.
I would love that.
All right, I just invited him.
I
don't have.
I was not aware. I am working though.
Adam's coming here.
I understand why I wasn't.
Oh no!
You're in trouble.
He is behind me. My +1 can't make it, Sammy. So you and I are.
I will swing by.
You're my date.
The food is great. I've had some of the items. Chef Phil and the guys at Petco Park are doing an awesome job.
I can't wait to meet Chef Phil. That's very exciting for me.
Ben is like elated to meet Chef Phil.
I know. I'm getting a lobster roll, Sammy. Woods cannot wait for the banana bread pudding in a helmet.
Yeah, banana bread pudding's good. Some of the new burgers, the sliders. Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
Fruit cup. I'm not that excited about the fruit cup, honestly. I want the ballpark food. That's what I'm going for tomorrow night. So, yeah, 3-game series. And then the Cubs coming right back to town Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sammy, just quickly. Kind of, you may be competing with them for a wild card spot later in the year. So, you at least want to win that series so you don't give up the tiebreaker, because
Right.
that could be important, because this is it. Padres-Cubs season series will be over on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's a great point, and it's something that I think was easy to point out even during that opening series. Like, of course, you want to sweep the Braves and start that way, but winning the season series that early when the Braves are in a division with the Phillies, who could very well go and win that division, and then that drops the Braves down to a wild card, it could end up being incredibly important. I feel like we have this conversation about midway through the season every year where you start looking at those tiebreakers. So I'm with you, Ben, at least getting a series win and then a season split with the Cubs. So it's not the factor, or at least they don't win the season series. If you sweep them, then, you take it. But I'm with you. It's interesting to think about for as well as the Padres have played. And at this moment, they're right there with the Dodgers. They've got a slightly better record than the Dodgers. I do think in the grand picture, thinking about those tiebreakers, it is important. So while it might seem just like a mid-April series against the Cubs, it is quite a bit more than that, and could mean more than that when it's all said and done. So I'm with you. It's a big series next week.
All right, Sammy.
Thank you, Sammy.
Eco Water SoCal pregame show 5:40 tonight. Go say hi to Sammy if you're at the game up there in the Western Metal Supply Company in the loft. We'll see you tomorrow, Sammy.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, and thank you for the Venmo. That was very kind.
Very
Unnecessary, but very kind.
Enjoy your
Thank
air
you.
fryer, buddy, on Ben and Woods.
Thank you.
It does.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. It does bring up a valid thing. Now, I got him. We had meant to get him the air fryer, and we totally forgot.
We did.
We
We
were
dropped the
going to
ball.
do it,
Yeah.
and then I remembered. Now, I'm so glad I sent the Venmo before he said I'm doing a housewarming, right? But the way that I work is I'll just send you money so that I don't have to go. Like, Paulie, you're going to be moving soon. Like,
Big Dad.
are you
energy
doing
there.
a house? You're not doing a house party, are you?
I don't want people.
You don't want people
around.
there. That's how I
No.
feel. So let me know. I'll just say you're going to do one, and I'll give you a better prize
Ooh, there we
for
go.
moving. Right?
You'll never know, because Woods wouldn't have shown up anyway. So yeah, my housewarming party, Woods, is next week.
Right. But I
just
will
send him some
definitely.
money.
I'll get
Venmo.
you a good prize.
Venmo you.
What's the thing that you want to beg off of the most? Like, for me, it's like probably a housewarming party or a baby shower or a wedding.
I was gonna say
or a
weddings.
Wedding.
And I hate it because it's such a
Such a
momentous
big day
occasion.
for
Weddings
them.
are kind of
if,
fun.
If you're
They
getting
can be,
invited,
yeah.
you're probably close enough where you're like, I feel like
Yeah.
a jerk. But especially when it's like, hey, you got to fly here. And then the bachelor party's on this part of the country.
Right.
A roast hosted by Ben and Woods.
Charity golf outing hosted by Ben Higgins.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah. So, all right, that's it for us. We're done.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Thanks for a good week, both of you.
Great week.
Emotional week, but we got through it. We got to the end of it.
Nice to see that you're not a total cyborg.
We will be back on Monday morning with an entire
Love you guys.
dangerous series against the Rockies to wrap up for you.
And roast highlights or low lights.
Yeah, hopefully highlights and not lowlights. That's it for us. Braden's coming up next for the executive producer, Paul Reindl, and Stephen Woods. I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great weekend and rest of your Friday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.